All right, guys, it is that time. We're kicking off the intro. Enjoy. What is up, everybody? Thank you for joining us for the first edition of Neural Nexus Zero. Nexus Initialize. Cast, how are we doing tonight, folks?
Ow! Ready for this.
Are you guys excited?
Optimal.
Optimal?
Optimal.
This is awesome.
Ready to roll.
Combat ready.
You guys,
I am at 11 right now.
you guys are not ready for this. You guys,
Oh,
Cat,
I'm ready for my new character. I'm ready to roll my new character like 2 seconds in.
Gonna eat him.
I
out of the
reserve
third
that
story
spot for
window
myself.
for a car.
I demand to be the first death. God darn it.
well, I
You're
mean,
probably going to.
in all reality.
Yeah.
Oh, guys, it has been a long time coming. Thank you, everybody out there, for your patience. Thank you for everybody who's helped us along this way. I am extremely excited for this game. I've wanted to tell this story for a long time, and now I have the victims. I mean, players for this campaign. So, I'm excited to get it going. So I'd like to go around the room real quick, and we'll start with Xero. And I'd like to hear everybody's, a quick little thoughts from you on what you're thinking coming into this. So Xero, I'm gonna give you the go.
I'm just saying, Mike, I know you're a great storyteller, and I know you've been waiting to tell this story for a while, so I want to see what you got, baby. Let's do it. Throw it at me.
Alrighty. All right. James Dunn, played by the Theastropub.
My general thoughts? I am ready for this. I am ready for this. I'm also ready for the madness that's going to happen, because as a GM and DM myself, I know that no plan ever survives the first 5 minutes of a game. So I'm sure you have this very big, drawn out, epic like storyline that's going to happen, and like 2 seconds in, one of us is going to be like, "What about over there? Let's go to the hooker. Let's see what she wants to do."
Oh Lord.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. Jesse Rains, played by Atomic Zero.
Oh, I'm so excited for this. I can only imagine what this is going to be like. I mean, we barely just kind of know the initial start of this, and I can already imagine all the ways it's going to go off the rails. I'm just excited for this. Let's just get ready.
And again,
I am ready to thoroughly mess things up. So let's get to it.
I was gonna say, you are the reason this is gonna go off the rails. I'm fully convinced of.
Leaning into that role hard, so I am excited.
Anton Varikov, played by Doctadoone. How you feeling, man?
I'm feeling amazing. It is 1 a.m. I've got a giant bottle of black liquid, and I am prepared to roll some dice and see what happens.
Fair enough. Loken is playing David Greyson in this, and how are you feeling, sir?
I'm feeling good, although I am preparing myself for the inevitable lack of RNG's blessings as my rolls will hit wrong every time. The last 2 sessions that we did here prior to going live, my rolls have been terrible, so I'm prepared for that to occur again.
The role of CykloneJack will be played by Loken.
I'm taking the mantle.
Oh Lord.
All right, so
Aside.
I'm gonna put together. I put together some words about a cast. So you guys, you might not know everybody. You might know one or two people in the cast. So I'm gonna go through it. Without further ado, I'd like to introduce this cast of players to you. Atomic Zero is a transient engineer who's found a home near Boston, in real life, not just this game. A lifelong gamer who is a food-loving sports fan when he's not in front of his PC. I personally had the pleasure of meeting Atomic Zero while waiting in line for PAX last year. We got talking about the Tabletop Tavern because at that point it was just it was a thought that we were gonna do. He told me he used to run a podcast based on TTRPG content. We stayed in touch, and when I put the casting call for Neural Nexus Zero, he jumped at the opportunity. Look for content from Atomic Zero soon. He's going to be running a podcast on the How I Nerd under the How I Nerd Media, and Atomic will be playing Jesse Raines in this campaign. Doctadoone. Doctadoone is a self-described professional internet idiot. Amateur streamer, gamer, airsoft enthusiast. He has way too many passports. I had the pleasure of meeting Doc through a mutual friend, Decider12, through that community, but Doc has since become a part of our community. He helps mod for us, and he is now in this production. And I look forward to seeing how his character helps the party navigate through this extremely tough campaign. Doc will be playing Anton Varikov, and I look forward to seeing what you do with computers in this game. CykloneJack. CykloneJack. Jack is a Twitch streamer, competitive mech war pilot, gym enthusiast, and he simply has a wish to make people smile and laugh. I met Jack about a little over a year ago, maybe a year and a half, very early on in my streaming career. When I started dabbling in MechWarrior Online, I was wrapping up one of my streams and I saw he was doing a silent stream to benefit veterans out there in veteran suicide. So I decided to raid him. You know, my big raid of like 11 people at that point. We talked after. I let him know, you know, my father was a veteran. He had passed away from cancer, and we just very quickly connected. Jack became he is Gunner on Tabletop Tavern 1, which is every Sunday night we do a Pathfinder campaign, and he's a longtime member of the How I Nerd community. He has many years of roleplay experience on his belt, and he's a great addition to the team. When he's not on the How I Nerd channel, you can find him over at twitch.tv/CykloneJack, and Jack will be playing Xero in the Neural Nexus. Theastropub. Astro is a partnered streamer, the galactic historian, YouTube content creator, and head barkeep over at the pub at the end of the universe. With many to the 10th years in the RPG and the TTRPG game, he's going to bring a unique twist to this campaign. And me knowing his character and what he's like, it's going to be very interesting. Again, I met Astropub very early on in my streaming career. It was like my 6th stream, and I was playing Star Citizen. And he rated me with about 165 of his closest friends after one of the editions of the Captain's Table, and I was a little bit nervous to say the least. So it was definitely a good time, and we kind of clicked from there. We had stayed in touch, and when I thought about this campaign, I knew Astro had a proclivity to like space stuff and things of this nature. So I decided to grab him. So when he is not on the How I Nerd channel, you can find him over at twitch.tv/theastropub. He will be playing James Dunn during this campaign. And that brings us to last but not least, Loken Plays. Loken, as well as a partner streamer, benevolent captain over at Loken Plays, cosplayer, role player, and video game guru, he joins us for his very first tabletop RPG experience. With his role-play experience as the captain, we have no doubt he will fall into his rhythm and be an excellent member of this cast. I met Loken via the MechWarrior online community. People had suggested him to me as a person to raid. I had never heard about him as I dipped my toes into MechWarrior, and a lot of the people that started coming to my channel, they pointed me towards his channel, and I think we ended up raiding him again with like a massive 8-person raid. But what stuck out to me was the character he played and the production level of his channel. Since that time, I have watched him become a partner streamer. His community do nothing but grow and cultivate a rad array of people, and I'm hoping to meet some of them tonight. When Loken isn't playing his character here on the Neural Nexus Zero, he is over at twitch.tv/Loken Plays, and he will be playing David Greyson in our Dark Noir. At least somebody else, I think. That thing is me. Hey everybody, my name's Mike, and I started How I Nerd a little over a year and a half ago as a variety streamer. About 10 months ago, I decided to switch formats and turn this channel into primarily TTRPG based channel. I have 30 plus years of experience in TTRPGs and love creating worlds for players. I'm the dungeon master in our first campaign over at the Tabletop Tavern, and are playing a player in our upcoming game Tabletop Tavern 2, run by Decider 12. I will be playing the role of the Nexus administrator and facilitating our party's journey through this dangerous world. So that's a little bit about the cast of this show. And my next point is, one of the things we pride ourselves over here at on the How I Nerd channel is community interaction. This production and all the shows that are on here are community-based ones, and there's many ways you can interact with the world of Neural Nexus. Bennies. If you're not familiar with the Savage World system, bennies are a token that a player can use to do it adjusts game mechanics in the world. When they spend this token, they can re-roll a skill check, remove shaken status, absorb damage, draw a new action card to place to change their place in the initiative, and re-roll damage. In Savage World, a game typically starts with players having 3 bennies. 1, 2, 3, because I can't count. But because of this dangerous nature of this world, I have elected to give them a total of 0 to start the night. That means their survival depends on you as a community using your reward points to grant them bennies, or me. You can grant me bennies so I have a chance to hurt them as well. That is absolutely an option, so don't forget about that.
I'm just gonna say that you need Jesse. You're gonna need to give some bennies to Jesse, because Jesse's gonna do some dumb shit.
Hey, that's probably right. Yeah,
That's probably right.
Gonna die.
He's gonna kill himself several times over. Guaranteed.
You guys think I can make this jump?
Yeah. See.
I feel like I'm gonna run around with like an IV drip the entire time when he's playing, and just be like, nope.
No, bad Jesse.
Stasis
Bad.
patches. Just stabilize.
He's ODing.
Get one of those backpacks with like a leash on it.
That's how Zero's gonna make all his money. Y'all didn't know he's an entrepreneur. I'm buying stock in Epi.
All right, the community can earn bennies in one of 2 ways. By hanging out and participating in chat, you earn Twitch points to spend on supplying the cast or myself again with bennies. These can be redeemed right through Twitch. The more you're here and chatting, the more points you earn, the more bennies you can buy and give to the players. Subscribers to our channel also get a benny, 1 benny per night, and you can award that to any member of the cast or myself as you see fit. You can redeem these by messaging one of our moderators, and they'll relay it over to us, and we'll make sure the appropriate player gets the benny. So you guys as a community have a way to directly help or hinder the party, and thus you hold their lives in your hands. So do it to do it well. One of the other
all the bennies.
You
all of them.
You would.
Captain's requisitioning all the bennies.
Yes, Captain's prerogative. I expect all the bennies.
I'm just saying, red smoke grenades happen to appear if I don't get bennies.
Ooh. Also, if you join our Discord, we have a channel where you can answer 5 questions and create an NPC that could possibly becoming a reoccurring character in our world. This adventure right here is starting with 5 community PCs in the world already. So we love that community interaction. We love having you guys throw your ideas out there and you know, in incorporating them in the world. We do that a lot with Tabletop Tavern 1. We're going to do a lot with Tabletop Tavern 2. Also, on the Discord, each player has a channel associated, you know, their channel where you guys can go in. You can ask them questions, ask them what they're thinking, you know, talk to them about their character, your character development, maybe give them an ideas and tips and tricks how to play their character. But that's a great way for you guys to connect with the players or with myself as well. I have a DM channel in there as well. So definitely check that out. So we still got more talking coming, guys. I wrote up a welcome. I wanted to welcome everybody in and talk to you guys about the game. All right. So I'm going to read this and I'm going to try not to tear up, you know. On behalf of the team, I'd like to welcome everybody to the first installment of the Neural Nexus Zero. In a few minutes, our retro-futuristic epic will begin, and you will meet our brave misfits as they prepare to navigate this 1980s cyberpunk dystopian battlefield. Before we begin, I'd like to explain a few things. Our goal here is to tell a story that we as players and you as a community will certainly enjoy. There will be laughs, dark humor, moral dilemmas, and ever-looming threat of doom. We have a mix of brand new players as well as veterans here, and the Savage world's rule set is new to a lot of us. So while for some, this may be a comfortable, familiar place, others will be learning as they go. I can guarantee rules will be looked up on the fly. We encourage people here to ask questions. If you aren't familiar with the system or role-playing in general, our moderators are experienced tabletop RPG players and are great resources. We expect that the community will chime in if they see a rule flub, but unless it's game breaking, we'll address it at the end of the night, learn from it, as well as laugh at it and move on. Our campaign base will be using the Savage World system with the Interface Zero setting, played remotely using the Fantasy Grounds framework. Our campaign is a mix of homebrew and pre-made content with a lot of story input from our friends, our community, and inspiration taking from some of the best cyberpunk influences of our era. It's been a long road getting here, with a lot of work from myself, the cast, the How I Nerd community, and everyone who has helped us along the way with the production. I'd like to take a minute to recognize some people who have helped us get off the ground. First and foremost, 1UpMG, who has helped me visually create a production ripped straight from my mind's eye, and for helping me bring the Neural Nexus to life. This level of production wouldn't be available without his expertise. The cast, for putting in the work to read the rules, run through the test sessions, to take the time to create backstories and characters with personality flaws who aren't just a set of stats. To Orcus86, to Great Wolf and Cawthon for a punch list of things they assisted with. I don't have enough time to list them off tonight. To Luna and Decider 12, who helped me playtest my scenario and reminding me that no matter how much I prep this, there will be always something I don't account for. To Yacht's Twitch for being a sounding board on story, production, and constant audio support. To our moderators who help keep this production running smooth. Orcus86, Cawthon, Feywealth, our newest moderators as well, Wolfsblood 2012, Candlelist, and Manda. And finally, to you, our community, who have been extremely patient while we create this world and assisted us in flushing it out by submitting those community NPC. We are are excited you are coming along for this ride. On behalf of myself, the cast, and everyone who has helped us to achieve this amazing production, we are pleased to announce that Neural Nexus Zero is about to begin. So sit down in the lounge, jack in, and get ready to experience the best Cyberpunk TTRPG experience on Twitch. All right, so
That's a fact, ladies and gentlemen.
it's an absolute fact. So
Amen.
we're gonna play. I'm gonna play a movie for you guys that outlines the feeling of the world. It's gonna take about 5 minutes, but this clearly dictates the what the world we've created is, and a feeling, and some key aspects of this world. So sit back and relax and enjoy the story.
Boston. a neon metropolis that stands in stark contrast to the harshness of life within the hub. Life is hard in the city, maybe not as hard as it is for the low-techs who survive outside the graces of the city's protection. Regardless, living in the city brings with it its own set of challenges. Unemployment, lack of education, corrupt police, organized and street crime, as well as the overall Orwellian feel of control systems put in place to keep the average citizen from advancing in life. Boston has survived throughout the years because of its willingness to adapt. Being one of the oldest cities in the country and one of the remaining beacons of humanity since the global socio-economic collapse, dubbed the Reaping, of the 40s, and the laws elected after that brought rise to the new ruling class of the modern era. Humanity, that's a funny word for it. Where you reside in the hub probably plays a big part in defining your perspective of humanity. In the decades since the Reaping and the rise of the augmentation, the class lines have never been more defined. Politicians, mega corporations, and the elite. Their rise to power wasn't achieved overnight, but the seeds were planted immediately after the Reaping. Laws were voted in by good people with the best of intentions and the survival of the populace on their minds. These laws soon became corrupted by profiteers, swindlers, and secret ruling bodies that moved behind the scenes to advance purely selfish causes. Pride, greed, lust, envy, gluttony, wrath, and sloth? These values replaced the common decency mindset over the 3 decades following the Reaping. Proposition 73, or the Citizen Stabilization Act, while hotly contested, still passed overwhelmingly due to the lobbying and money illegally funneled into false propaganda that was constantly ran on the HoloNet, as well as plastered on countless billboards and banners. This was an attempt to sway the common populace into thinking they were going to be taken care of. It was successful. The CSA regulated all the citizens into strict and well-defined roles. Roles that define almost every aspect of your day-to-day life. These classifications dictate where you live, your prospects for employment, your ability to move through the checkpoints and secured boroughs of Boston, who you are able to marry, as well as your procreation status. Every facet of your life is dictated by your rank and enforced by the legislative bodies, the judicial system, and economic policy to perpetually keep the classes stagnant and maintain the status quo. With the rise of augmentations in the last 30 years, it was easy to deploy this system. At birth, every citizen is implanted with a Harmony Nexus control interface, a wet-wired, subdermal augment that grafts to bone and handles several control and communication systems. While it's mandated that every citizen has it implanted, it's also the responsibility of the person receiving it to pay for the implant and the surgery. Thus, every new life that comes into this world does so with a debt that starts accruing interest before they are even able to speak. Many people look at this as just another system of control. However, the Nexus is so integrated into daily life that it's almost impossible to exist without it. Want to receive a call? Your Nexus implant facilitates that. Want to get paid? Your Nexus address is the only way to receive funds. Also, it being the only form of identification, which is required to move about the city or make a purchase in this new world, you can't function without it. The chance of moving up in the ranks is practically non-existent. The lottery, otherwise known as ascension, being almost the only way to do so. The tier system is separated into 5 different classes ranging from the lowest, 5s, to the highest ones. There's also rumors of an elite class known as Zeros, but that seems to be an urban legend. Hyde Park, Classification 4, Gangland violence and low-budget housing. Logan Devon's Industrial Megaplex, Classification 1, Military clearance. Beacon Hill, Classification 1, many of the city's leaders, businessmen, and political figures reside here. East Boston, Classification 5, the war zone and crime epicenter of Boston. South Boston, Classification 3, southeast of the locals, middle class, relatively safe. Cambridge, Classification 2, advanced credited education systems. Back Bay, Classification 1, playground of the rich and home to Boston skyscrapers and megacorps. Fenway Kenmore, Classification 3, home to Fenway Park, Lansdowne, and assorted vice. Roxbury, Classification 4, ground zero for revolutionaries and counterculture in the hub. Dorchester, Classification 4, the dot to locals and home to the Anchor Mart hub. My name's Shiver, and I've been your tour guide through this neon metropolis. Whether you're an elite citizen with all the power in the world or a low-tech scraping through the city trying to survive. For better or worse. This is Boston. This is home. And it's time for your story to begin. Best of luck, kid. You're going to need it.
All right, what do you guys think out there? What did you think of that world intro out there? No, R does not exist in the English language. Wolfsblood. Well, okay. So I thought about originally talking and speaking that all to you guys, but I thought maybe that might be a little too much to speak. So I decided to make a video out of it. And 1UpMG helped me with a big part of that. The whole that whole sequence at the end, that was 1UpMG. He is an amazing human being, and I'm so glad he was able to help me with this. So it's that time of the night where normally what I would do is ask the cast to roll a dice and recap the previous episode. However, this is the first night, so we're going to do something a little different right here. We're going to lead off the bennies that have been awarded to the party so far. So let's do that. Lamb to the Slaughter has awarded a Benny for Xero. Lambs to the Slaughter has awarded a Benny for David Greyson. Nate's Night Pit has awarded a Benny to Xero. Gamer Mom Luna has donated a Benny to Xero as well. Gamer Mom Luna has donated a Benny for Jesse. You know what, Gamer Mom Luna, you can't do that. She gave one to everybody.
Everybody. Yeah.
Everybody.
Yeah.
You.
Yes, I saw that. That's great.
Pyrocore X has given one to Xero. And Decider 12 has given one to save Jesse. So, so Jesse, you have another one as well. Interesting. Yeah, Gamer Mom Luna, you cheating.
Hey, so you pick on her. We need our bennies.
Plus one to
She's
Needs his fix,
the
man.
mom giving us our bennies, okay?
It's either that or peanut butter and jelly, and I'm just saying, I'll take the bennies.
Where's my coat, Mom? I'm wearing it.
Katie Machin has also given a plus one Benny to Xero as well with her sub. So,
Oh,
so I think it's time. You guys ready for this?
Oh, let's do this.
It's time.
Going.
There's a lot of world building there, but we're it's just about time. Chat, you ready out there? Community, you ready to get this going? I just got a Benny from Shadowbolt 9. So you guys, I get to kill. Who should I come at?
Shadowbolt, you gave him a Benny? Why?
I'm too easy.
You mean human
five
being.
of us.
And then also we got one.
Benny, man.
Undesirable Note has given a plus one to anybody but Loken. James Dunn, that's yours. James Dunn, that's yours. Okay.
Don't worry, there, David. James, I'll use it to save you when you're down the ground bleeding because Jesse does something stupid.
Wow. You want me to die, don't you? It feels like chat really wants me to die. Thanks.
One of the few with
I love you
armor,
too.
man.
And he's the newest one too. So he's gonna
This
be like,
mech drop
I'm
on
completely
chat.
new, so yeah, thanks.
Well, yeah, Poppy, don't worry, I'll take care of you. It's okay. I got you.
We got
already.
you.
It's that time, folks. Nexus initialization complete. Boston, Massachusetts, 1980. Who am I? You might be wondering who I am. Well, I am the Nexus Administrator. I am your tour guide through this dark and seedy underbelly of Boston. I am an artificial intelligence that was created when the Neural Nexus was brought online. The architects of the system realized that they needed an AI to control the many facets of the Nexus, and thus I was brought into existence. I am neither good nor evil. I can help or hinder the people of Boston as I determine what is best for the Nexus. I exist to maintain the balance. the balance and the stability of the Nexus. From the darkness, a Model C3 drone flies down out of a cloud of smog, making its way through the boroughs of Boston, automatically passing its security check as it zooms through the invisible barriers of the city. Coming to stop just above Hyde Park, it swings around in a 360-degree motion for a second to orient. Its lens zooms in and then back out, alighting on a tiny apartment. Within that tiny apartment are some of the essential players of this dark comedy. Our gaze first falls on a figure sitting at his desk, his face illuminated by the green glow of a CRT monitor in front of him, displaying the terminal in which he rapidly types his commands. Cans of Jolt soda and empty bags of Funyuns litter his desk, along with numerous printouts of businesses, addresses, and handwritten notes about the various levels of security they have. The headphones of his Walkman bleeding out the rhythmic sounds of dark synth music as he concentrates on his work. To the outside eye, what he's typing appears to be gibberish. But for those of you in the know, you can see him running through all the steps of illegally accessing a database. Lines of code flowing across the screen, automatically running due to the program he worked for months on, assisting him in gaining access. Breaking down layer after layer of protections in the system. He leans back, with a satisfied look on his face, taking off his headphones, he yells over to the other person in the room. Done. We should be able to cover another month's rent with the sale of those tickets I just secured for the BattleBot show up at Fenway next week, James. You'll have to use your medical ID and grab them at the box office again. With a triumphant look on his face, he leans back and says, Anton Varikov strikes again. James, occupied by sorting through all the medical supplies and textbooks in front of him, grunts a non-committal reply and concentrates on his book. He thinks to himself, sooner or later, they're going to run my med badge and find out it's not legit. I guess, in the meantime, I can enjoy the free ride. The lens of the C3 drone retracts. Its body swings back north. The lens extends again, settling on another apartment within Hyde Park. From its eye, we see the other three key players in our dark journey. In stark contrast to his environment, a sharp-dressed man sits in a chair with a single combat boot in his hand, a brush making a whoosh sound repeatedly as it swipes him back and forth over that boot. The man stops, looks at the boot, shakes his head as if to say, not good enough, and continues. It appears soothing for him, this rhythmic action, the pride in his work evident and lending to another time of his life. A loud call comes from the other room. Hey, Psycho, how long are you going to be at those fucking boots? We got shit to do, kid. The man responds, Jesse, I swear to fucking Christ, if you keep calling me Psycho, I'll show you exactly how fucking psycho I am. I never should have told you what those kids call me. My name is David. He mutters under his breath. What a fucking asshole. A chuckle comes from across the room from a third man in this flop house. He currently sits at a bench with a rag in one hand, lovingly wiping some gunsmith oil from the pieces of his rifle on his bench. Totally engrossed in the act, he almost misses the exchange between David and Jesse. David glances over at and remarks angrily, Oh, you find that funny, Xero? Xero's head swivels over, a smile framing his face, and he chuckles. No, but I find how mad you get at him needling you funny. You make it way too easy for him not to do it. If you didn't feed into it, David, he wouldn't do it. As Jesse walks into the room smiling, with a distinct beep announces a call from all three of your Nexus interfaces. Unbeknownst to them, back at the first house, Anton and James received the same call. As all five of you look down at your wrists, you see the call is from your old friend, Lorna Jericho. It's been months since any of you have heard from her. Some of you haven't heard from her years. As you blink your right eye to accept the call, a small hologram of the face of Lorna springs up from your wrists. One by one, the notification goes off as each person joins the call. Lorna waits until everybody joins, and a giant smile widens on her face. Hey, you fucking skags, it's so good to see you. Well, I mean, obviously not in person, but hey, that's why I'm calling. Her dark, Black shoulder-length hair tumbles into her face, almost obscuring obviously augmented eyes as she laughs. Hey, listen up, guys. I'm back for a show tonight with my new band, Jericho Rose, and I simply need to see you all. I'll be at the Rat from 8 p.m. on, but the show doesn't start till 10. Please tell me you all make it there. And with this, I'm going to start handing it over to the party.
Do I know that, do I see Xero on the call as well?
You do.
I just look at Xero, I look back, and I go, he's coming too.
James,
I wouldn't miss it for the world.
James, it's been years. Let it go. Let it go.
Let go the bloody face and the 14 stitches that happened at the end of that.
Well, by the looks of you looks like you can put your own stitches in now.
Yeah, I don't want to have to do them again though.
I mean,
listen,
you did kind of bring it on yourself, James. I mean, come on, dude.
It was his fault in the first place. He's the one who decided to get belligerent.
Oh, here we go.
Hey guys, come on, you fuckers. Come on, we haven't been years. Just fucking, come on. Guys, how the fuck you doing, Jimmy Dean? How the fuck you doing, man? I haven't seen you. Oh my God. I haven't seen you since you were down on the ground in that party. That exact party. Yeah, man, that was fucking awesome. That was a sick ass party, man. What have you been up to? What have you been up to?
Xero, I'm only going to this if he doesn't come with us. We're not taking him with us.
I can tie him up and put him in the closet again, but you remember how that worked out.
He enjoyed it, I think, last time.
He also came out wearing your uniform, pretending to be the Major General.
Oh, yes, perhaps not. Okay, fine, fair enough. I suppose it's safe if we bring him with us.
I'll come as long as Xero doesn't get drunk this time.
Oh, all right, listen. I'll sweeten the deal for you. I'll sweeten the deal for you guys all. I'll put you on the list, and we'll get you all on the list, and we'll get everybody in.
Okay.
I mean, I could use a break. All right, fine.
Nathan.
All right.
Yeah, you've been fucking stuck behind that desk for goddamn months.
So she suddenly walks away and yells, "Hey, Peter, yeah, I have some names for the list tonight. Make sure they're on there this time. Yeah, it's Jesse Raines, Anton, Anton Varikov, yeah, with a K, not a C. James Dunn, Xero. No, with an X. No Z. I said no Z. All right. Jesse Raines and David Greyson. Yeah, okay. We good? Great. And her head swings back to you guys, and she says excitedly, "Oh, hey, guess. I'll send a car too. I'll send a car to pick you guys up. You know, life has been decently good. It's kind of rough out there at night, and I know you big tough guys aren't scared, but I'm gonna do it anyways. What do you guys think?"
I'm absolutely right.
I'm just gonna bring Betsy out.
I don't want to go out after night.
Free ride to free ride.
I just put a nice coat of wax on Betsy. Oh, come on, fine.
We're not going in that shit heap again.
We're not getting in the
Hey.
car again.
I just scored this kick-ass gold spray paint shit that I just put on old Betsy, and she is looking mint. Okay? You all wish you could be seen in her.
Jesse.
When's the last time you checked your those brakes?
Jesse.
You don't need brakes if you're just going forward.
Well, amazed that thing has brakes after all these years.
Just open the door and put your foot out. It's fucking fine.
Jesse, I got something special. I know you most of all out of everybody can appreciate what's coming.
Oh, come on. Please lay it on me. Lay it on me.
Nope. You're gonna have to wait. Peter. Send the car for them. Yeah. I'll have them forward me the details from the Nexuses, and we'll get it over. Yep. Oh, one last thing, boys. Sorry, no weapons. The Rat doesn't allow them. They have super strict security. You'll be scanned on the way in.
None? Are you mad? I can't take anything.
But
You're taking me.
you should be good. You got, we got the cars coming.
Fine, fair enough. I can't. Can I at least take my body armor?
I don't see a problem with body armor.
You're gonna go to a
It's not a
club in
weapon.
body armor?
I go everywhere in
David.
body armor. After that,
David, oh my God, man. The military changed you.
yes, for the better in some instances. Can never be too safe. Never be too
It's hard to pick up chicks in a body armor. I'm just gonna say that. Hard to pick up chicks in
You'll
a
be
body
surprised how many chicks dig a guy in uniform.
With me by his side, that cat will get laid.
Maybe by an actual cat.
Yes.
I don't judge, man. Don't yuck his yum. Man, this is why the whole shit got started in the first place when you got punched.
Did
Let's
you
not
have
bring
to
that
bring
up
the-
again.
All right, you know what? First drink's on me. How about that?
I ain't
You,
saying no to
me. Come on, guys. We need to bury the hatchet. Just get back to good times.
Yeah, come on, man.
I'm fine. First drinks is fine. As long as Zero doesn't punch me again, I'll be fine.
Or I'll make sure he doesn't punch you. Zero, do you promise not to punch him in the face again?
That's a hesitation.
Promise.
that. Yes.
Good man.
Bringing the camera.
All right, you guys are coming, right?
Yes.
Yes,
Okay.
Yeah, wouldn't miss it.
Oh yeah, sure.
All right. Listen up, you little bitches. I don't want to hear any of this. Oh, I have to get up in the morning. Oh, I don't drink anymore. Oh, I'm too old for this. Lorna Jericho is back in town for one fucking night and is going to live it up with her favorite fours from the neighborhood. So put your big boy panties on, do what you need to do, and get ready for a wild night. Jericho out. She flips you guys the bird, and the call drops.
Remind me how we know this person again?
My
She
birthday.
is a really good friend of you guys from the neighborhood growing up.
Mhm.
Right, I see. Fair play. Well, this is always be interesting.
All right.
That should be a good time.
All right. So I'm going to start with Anton and James. Anton and James, would you like to do anything during the day, or give me some indication what you want to do to waste time during the day? You guys have about probably 4 hours to waste before the car is going to come grab you.
I think I'm gonna ask Anton to see if he can't find anybody else who might be interested in buying some of that supply I got.
Okay.
Like double the markup. Like I'm and he's got the connections better than I do in terms of that kind of situation.
Okay. And Anton, how are you going to help your friend out here?
Well, I guess I'll sweep back over to the monitor and just start working on forums, any sort of like backside forums where I can get this information out.
Okay.
See if we have any buyers like our good old Jesse that are hankering for some product.
Do you
Say.
are you trying to gather this through like how are you gathering this information? Are you you're just trying to get are you legally, or are you just trying to Google and find it, or are you just like how? Give me a little bit.
Well, depending on what he's given me, I assume this has been something that we've been doing for a while. At least
Yep.
he snatches a few drugs, and
I still have like
Sell them
about
around.
4 medical support patches, which are like primo grade shit that I managed to grab from my previous employment. So, and I'm looking to try to like sell that on the street for twice the markup. I need the money.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need the money.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll just get up on the global data net, put up some ads in our usual spots, and make sure he's not wearing whatever he's wearing before we get in the car.
Okay. So I'm gonna have you post that now, and I'm gonna have you. I'm looking at your skills, and I want to find a relevant skill for you to use to do this. Probably. I'm apparently bad at finding your skills. So, there's your hindrances. All right. So, give me a common. Let's start with a common knowledge roll, please.
Common knowledge. All right. See what forms I know about, and throw.
Hey, explosion!
And we get a 5.
Alrighty. That's so as you're diving through the neural nexus and you're going through the web and you're trying to find out where you might be able to get a little more money than typical for this, you come across a forum with a poster, and the poster is specifically looking for something very specific, and that something specific is something James has. So you reply to his message, you send that message off, and at this point you're going to be waiting for a response.
Lovely.
Once that's done, I think we both are going to get nice and dressed up, so we're not looking like we've been living in an apartment, drinking Joe Cola and smelling like Funyun farts for the last 3 weeks.
Oh yeah.
Okay, we'll swap back over. We'll jump back over to Xero, Jesse, and David. What would you all like to do in the meantime?
I'm gonna.
What time did we get the call?
You got it on your Nexus.
But what time? Like what time of the day did we get it?
Oh, that was like 4 o'clock in the afternoon.
Okay.
So you have, like I said, about 4 hours before 8 o'clock. You think typically a car would probably show up a half hour before.
I'm gonna wander over to one of our terminals. I'm gonna start typing in. I'm gonna summon Xero. Say, "Oh, Xero, come over here, mate. We need to look. You know how I feel about going to any event. We need to have at least 3 exits on this position. Let's bring up the plans. See what running security. Let's just make sure we got an exit, just in case."
So
You're so damn paranoid.
Paranoid kept me alive through 3 tours, my friend. Okay.
Yeah.
So Loken, give me a common knowledge check.
Okay. Rolling.
Hey, more explosions.
More explosions.
That's a nice 10.
All right, so you got a raise on that as well. So, David, you and Xero sit down at the machine and you start, punching buttons on the button box and
Beep boop.
beep boop boop. You interface. You hold your Nexus up to it, and by some stroke of luck, you find the site, and then you're looking around and looking for more information because the site obviously they don't have like a blueprint of it, but you're able to find somebody posted a rough sketch of the outline of the rat. So it gives you a little bit of information on the inside, and if you give me 1 second, I'm going to bring that map up for you, and I'll show you what you can see at this point. Okay. All right. I'm going to share this with you. Let me know when you can see it, Loken. Oh, I'm sorry.
I can see it.
Okay. So David, from the picture you found online that you would enter the building through what's marked as 24. That is the entrance on the east side of the building. When you walk in, there is a stage. It's probably about 5 feet off the ground. But it's about at its widest point. It's jutting out into the center of the room. It's about 40 feet, maybe 50 feet out. It is about 50 feet wide. In the center are stairs that go down to kind of like a little pit that right before the front of the stage. Beyond that, as you walk back towards the back of the past that pit, and you see there's tables set up. All right, to the right of that, or as if you're walking down to the south side of the building, on your left hand side, which would be the east side, you would see there's a bar set up. There's more tables back there, a pool table, and it looks like there's some bathrooms on that southern wall as well. It doesn't show what's behind the stage, or it doesn't show what's it does show that there's doors behind that bar over there, but it does not show what's back there.
Okay. Cool. Excellent. I can see a few exits. I can see a few tactical options. I think David feels a lot happier now.
You're okay now.
You put at ease. Okay.
A little bit more at ease. I mean, it never hurts to have a plan, no matter what the eventuality.
Are you gonna sit down and let me shape you up now? Give you a little haircut, clean up that face, get rid of that scruff.
What's wrong with my scruff? There's nothing wrong with my scruff. I think it makes me look rather handsome.
We're going into public, and you generally want to look clean when you're going out into public. Not like you haven't showered in a month.
Fine, fair enough, I suppose. All right, I shall have to beautify myself for the public.
Jesse, what are you doing during this?
I'm probably gonna finish my sig, and then I'm probably gonna go finish my shift down at my father's place, my father's garage. You probably get some more work knocked out, maybe get a little bit forward of an advance on my paycheck for tonight, and then get back in time just to kind of literally throw on a hat, throw on a shirt, and be ready to leave.
Maybe spritz some cologne under your arms or something.
Gasoline's a cologne.
Last time I checked, it wasn't, sir. But as you wish, you'll have your own standards.
Chicks dig a guy who works with his hand. It's fine.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Zero should have great chances then with all the gun oil all over you.
No, you're all a bunch of savages, I swear to God. Every single one of you.
I love us.
I shake my head and I head into the bathroom to start my shower and do my own primping. You know, straight razor shave and trim up the edges around the shaved head. Bring the electric razor over the head. Make sure it's nice and tight. You know, clean up under the nails. Get all that gun oil smell off, all that carbon off. Make myself look pretty. You know.
Go
Well,
walk over to David before I leave and go, Davey, isn't he just always like such a fucking prima donna? And I walk out the door.
I'm just sort of gonna tilt my head to one side and go, the fuck? Before I take the opportunity to just sort of go through my sparse belongings and find something that's moderately civilian. Most of the clothing that David I have is tactical in nature, you know? It's generally not something you'd go out to a nice establishment in, more like something you'd raid a joint with, but I'd choose something that's going to be inconspicuous enough. You know, I'm aware enough of the fact I need to be somewhat moderately dressed. I take the opportunity again once Zero's done in the bathroom to preen myself to just get rid of said scruff, as though reluctantly as it may be, and to look presentable before I head out.
Presentable. Okay.
An hour later, walking out of the bathroom smelling like high karate, because, you know, classy. Classy. Gotta be classy.
Noir.
I was just gonna say it. That's what was in my head, Draquar. Oh my God, you guys have been there.
80% that 80% of the time that shit works all the time.
Okay. All right. A couple hours later, Anton and I'm sorry. Anton and James. A couple hours later. Let me get my place. A few hours later, David, you get an alert on your Nexus. Incoming phone call.
All right, I'm going to flick it up and I'm going to answer the call.
I used the wrong character name. That was strike one for me tonight. Okay. James Dunn. I'm sorry. The call is coming through to your Nexus control interface.
Just going to go wrong number and hang up.
I look at it, it's like, why do you hang up on me? That's so weird. Dave's not the jerk. But I answer it.
James, the face of a well-dressed man projects from your Nexus control interface and says in very well-spoken English, "Ah, yes, sir. I was sent to fetch you and your friend Anton?"
Yes, this is Dr. James Dunn. Yes, you all right?
Oh, forgive my ignorance, Dr. James. Yes. Very well. I'll be ready when you make your way downstairs. We have refreshments and snacks in the vehicle for you.
Excellent. I'll let my associate know. Hang up. Turn to I go to Anton and go, Ant-Man. They're here. They got the good shit in the car. I think she said like a limo or something like that. Are you ready to go?
Oh yeah. Are you?
Yeah, I should be good. Check it. You know, take some of the wrinkles off of the shirt that I haven't worn in like 2 months. You know.
I just sort of like pull my revolver out of my jacket, sort of look at it and go, and just throw it to the side.
I'm taking with me one medical kit,
Okay.
one and one patch. I'm keeping it in my like
Okay.
coat, you know, like my hoodie, like inside my hoodie kind of thing. So, but then walking down with Ant.
Okay. As you walk outside of your humble, nay, not humble, your shabby house, your jaw drops. You've heard of this type of vehicle before, but you've never actually seen one. It's a limousine. All right. So as you walk over to the luxury vehicle, a sensor pops out of the door. A laser scans your wrists and Anton wrists. A very pleasant chime rings. The sensor turns green and the doors open. A hologram of a well-dressed gentleman appears, nods his head to you, and beckons you to the end of the car.
I step in.
And I also get in. Just I'm gonna, I saw something online that made this guy. They made this guy look naked. It was great.
You should do it.
Oh,
You should do it before do it before they pick up the other ones. Before they pick up the other ones, so it shows up.
good idea. Good idea.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you should do it.
I just pull out my tap and start trying to find the exploit that I found online.
Give me hacking up. Give me programming knowledge. Sorry.
Programming knowledge. All right.
Davey and Ant have to walk to the bar.
Boom. 14.
Oh, damn. Never mind.
Team.
So you pop open your, you access your tap. You look down at your wrist. You flip it to the side. You flip it, and a little UI comes up in your eye, and you start to look around. And James, as you look over, you see his eye fluttering, and you can tell he's accessing information. As his eye flutters, he smiles and he nods his head, and he's like, "Got it, I got it." You are well aware of this exploit. You had it bookmarked, and now you have it. So the next step would be, if you want to pursue this, you have to you're gonna have to give me a hacking check and see if you can access this.
All right, yeah, so I'll look into the systems of the car. We're right in the back, so I have access to all of the physical things. Should just be a symbol of look in the tap and try and get the knowledge in. And 7. Oh, thank God, that looked like a 1 for a second. Oh, that looked like snake eyes. I was just like, oh, damn. Oh, no. All right, 7, yeah.
Anton, you try, you access the system. You have, at this point, you have moved past the initial defense of the system. And you start to look around within the system because you're unfamiliar. You've never actually accessed a limousine, type, AI before. So you start poking around. I'm going to have you try and giving me another knowledge programming to see if you can figure out and work within the system and execute this code to make the AI driver naked.
Boom.
Hey.
14
my
again.
Oh,
God.
those
14.
rows. So you're like, yep, I got it. You got it. You look over and you big wide smile on your face. You're like, yep, I got this. So
Just 3 little taps. Boop, boop. Script in place.
What the devil has happened to me, sirs? What is going on?
Don't worry about it.
My
You're
clothes.
free. You're free now.
This is shameful, I tell you. I am naked.
You're not here. This is the finest clothing. Only the most elite of the elite can see the very delicately made fibers in the clothing you are now wearing.
He is talking about is this thinnest weave possible for it. You're not naked. It's absolutely breathless. It's
So you're
perfect.
trying to convince this AI that you have changed his clothes to a very sheer clothing that almost appears naked to the eye.
Yeah, Emperor's New Clothes sort of thing.
Absolutely. So let's figure out how this is going to play out. I'm going to need you to give me a let's do a persuasion roll.
Oh boy, can I get advantage?
Can I help? Can I assist him?
Yeah.
Because
I'm trying to help him.
So-
back him up in this.
Speaking of which, Mike, our bennies, we forgot all about them.
Look back, we gotta figure out how much yeah, give me a second after I'll let this resolve, and I'll start dropping them on you guys. So so give me persuade. So the way assisting yourself on another roll is you have to have that skill. So if you're trying unskilled, if you don't have persuasion, you can't assist somebody else in doing it unless it makes story sense to me, and I'll probably allow it. I'd rather tell you guys yes than no. So so if you don't have it, you can make a roll at a -2. You still have to beat that 4, but it's possible. The way Doc's been rolling, he's probably gonna get a raise on it. So
I do have skills in persuasion.
Okay.
So
wow.
should I roll that as well? Or should I wait for him to
so
roll
who's
first?
gonna be the primary person trying to persuade the AI?
Well,
You know, I talk a good game all the time.
Yeah.
I am the best negotiator. So maybe I'll be the primary, and then Ant will backtrack.
yeah, that's probably good. Just while I'm trying to figure out why he's not actually like going forward with it.
Yeah. All right. 5.
So James, you have kind of persuaded the AI that he is in fact, yeah, this could work. This could work. Now I'll look fancy when I pick up all those.
It's the latest fashion in France. That's what I'm told. It's the latest fashion.
Okay. Oh. Okay. All right. So you guys do that, and would you like to do anything else while you guys are riding over to pick up your friends?
How much
the fucking
booze
camera.
and food do they have?
So
In
they
here.
have about 6 bottles of water, which is a pretty good luxury in this world, because clean water is a thing. And then they have like assorted like pseudo protein snacks. They're like protein long tubes, you know, that they these snacks and drinks are kind of elevated for you know, you don't typically see this kind of thing in the hide. So
Okay, I'm just eating food. I'm like taking some. I'm putting it like in my coat for later.
Okay.
I'm just like
okay.
Grabbing a couple bottles of water. I'm like, Ant, put this in your you know.
Okay.
Do it. Like,
She paid for this. All right.
take it on the way back. You don't want to have that all in the bar, man.
Oh, yeah, but we don't know if we're gonna be coming back on this thing. I'm taking it in.
Don't take it in. Stash it somewhere.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. The trip is semi-uneventful. A couple of bottles break against the arm of the vehicle into calls of, "Oh, you think so fucking fancy? What are you fucking coming down in the Hyde Park for?" But
I rolled out the window as they're doing that, and just be like, "Yeah, motherfuckers."
They're gonna shoot the car.
East side
They're all
motherfucker.
gonna
I can
die.
afford gloves.
but as the bottles hit the side of the limo, the AI activates as the neutralizers. They pop up, aim at whoever is throwing the bottles currently, and that tends to scare people off. Takes about 15 minutes, and the car begins to slow down. You stop in front of a rundown tenement building. It will just be a minute, sirs. I'm messaging your friends now. David, as you're standing there, your Nexus control lights up with an incoming call.
I flick open the Nexus and answer the call.
The face of a well-dressed man projects from your Nexus control interface, and it says in very well-spoken English, "Mr. Greyson, I was tasked with the pleasure of retrieving you, Xero, and Jesse. Your friends, Anton and James, are waiting for you in the car. Please join us at your convenience."
Absolutely. One tiny question though, sir. Why are you wearing that?
What do you mean?
Oh, clothing. Never mind. I hang up the call.
Oh, my new clothes. Your friend Anton helped me. he designed this new clothes. It's all the rage, I guess.
All the rage. Right. Yes, absolutely.
Maybe-
all the rage.
Maybe you guys should do the same.
I'll take that under advisement. Absolutely. Thank you for your dress sense suggestions. I'm gonna hang up at this point and just go. Did you see that? Have they been mucking around with it?
I should probably put a shirt on.
Yeah. At that point, I'm going to be toying with the pistol I so desperately want to take with me, but no, I can't. I'm going to give it a one last check. Just go, baby, I'll be back. Put it on the desk, and I'm going to walk out. And I'll beckon Xero and Jesse to come with me.
What
Okay.
time of the year is it, Mike?
What's up?
What time of the year is it?
So it's spring.
Spring? Okay.
It is so the weather, it's kind of rainy. It's probably 50s, 60s on a good day. And weather is kind of weird in the city after everything that has happened. It's things have changed. The seasons of the year have changed since weird stuff started happening, and the economic collapse and all the pollution in the area. It's been a thing. But it's about today is a clear day, but it's typically about 50 to 60 on a high, maybe 40 on a low.
Okay. I got all cleaned up and nice and put together, and then on top, I put on my Huxtable sweater with no sleeves and kind of flex a little bit as I look in the mirror.
Okay.
And I look over at my good friend here, David. So, what do you think? Good?
You know they said no weapons, right? Mama put the guns away.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna roll my eyes at this. Come on, quit posing. We need to head out. The AI, dressed extremely strangely, is waiting for us.
Yeah. He's not wearing pants. Let's go.
Yeah, let's get this over and done with.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Jesse,
Yeah.
are you ready?
Yeah. I'll be right out. Just gotta throw some pants on.
Oh, you're not ready.
He's not ready. God damn it. You've had
So
4 hours, man. 4 hours.
Yeah, fuck off. So I throw on like the only semi-clean shirt I have. I throw a beanie on, and that's it. It takes me like 2 seconds. With it like lit cig and probably like another bottle like in like my arm as I'm like rushing out the door with them.
Okay.
We can't take him anywhere.
No, what at all. But
We're on the
kind of
fucking
stuck with
party.
This is the guy you want to take to the party. Let me just explain that, but you guys don't know. This is the guy you want to take to the party.
Okay. I remain unconvinced, but he's gonna die.
I wait for the two of them to exit out, and I lock the door, and I follow out behind them. Do the little secret double lock trick on the deadbolt that I set up before heading out of the apartment.
I'm gonna look over my shoulder. You remember to lock up, right?
Yeah.
All right,
Yeah.
good man. And then I'm gonna turn my head and I'll go, damn, as I look at the car. I'm gonna say, I haven't seen one of those since that one embassy gig I had to do. Bloody hell, never thought I'd see one again.
So
that reminds me of the one show that we went to out in Jersey, and I almost got arrested for shitting on the hood of the car.
Oh, God, don't remind me. You
Good night.
utter prat.
I don't know what the hell Jesse slipped in my drink that night, but I wasn't sane or straight or level-headed for like 2 days.
Hey
Yeah,
man, you needed to fucking chill out. You're welcome.
I lost a week.
Yeah, but what else are you gonna fucking do with it?
Work!
He
Nah,
has
fuck
a
it.
life, you know. He has a
Yeah, and I
life
made
and
it better.
commitments.
Yeah, the life I gave him was so much better.
Ugh.
Jesse time.
Jesse time. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I would like to kind of have a little look at this car because I know it comes in an armored and unarmored variant and see if I can ascertain if it's one that has armor plating and weapons in it, basically.
before you do that, Jesse gets outside and his eyes widen as he sees this. Jesse, I'm gonna need you to give me a driving check.
Driving check?
Yeah, we're gonna do that one. I've been looking at the skills.
Okay. That is a 3.
Jesse, you don't know much about this this type of vehicle. David Greyson, give me common knowledge, please.
Common knowledge, okay. Ooh, an 8.
That would do it, sir. So that's with a raise as well. So David, thinking back through your experience, and you've heard about this vehicle, but you've never actually seen one before. This is I'm looking up the name. I accidentally closed the thing.
Is it a Kiwi Motors?
It is.
Limousine?
Yes. So it's a Kiwi Motors Virtuoso armored limousine, complete with AI driver.
Oh boy.
This is a luxury tactical vehicle, and it is top of the line. You also know that the price tag on this is well north of 100,000 credits.
I'm going to rattle this information off and say, damn, it's a Virtuosa. You have any idea how much these things run?
Jesse's like running up to it and like drooling on it. Basically.
Don't touch it. It will shoot you. It has weapons. This is basically an armored APC in all but name, with leather seats and an AI.
I want to see what happens when he humps the quarter panel. Let him go.
You know, actually, yeah, then fine. Please, by all means, hump the quarter panel. You would make my day.
As Jesse gets over towards the car and is proceeding to try to hump the quarter panel, a little scanner pops out, scans his Nexus, and the light turns green, a chime goes off, and the door swings open, and a naked AI pops out and and tips his head to you guys, and would you please enter your vehicle? Your friends are inside. We have refreshments ready, and don't you like my new clothes?
What the fuck?
As you would, things are swinging in the
We're
breeze.
just gonna peer it out.
It's like,
This is some bullshit. I ain't getting in this car.
get in. No, get in. Get in, Jesse. Jesse.
Holy shit, it's Jimmy Dean! And I like dive into the car to like hug him.
Oh God.
I follow in afterwards, shaking my head and just go, which one of you prants did that? Which one of you?
Yes.
I don't know what
Yes.
you're talking
That's
about.
all I'm gonna say.
So
It's always a
I put my hand on top of the door jamb and I kind of like try to like wedge in through. Damn, this thing's small.
Yes, well, the car wasn't designed for the Incredible Hulk, but hey, we have to make do. Go on, Xero, get your great the girth in.
Oh God, this thing's huge.
You guys don't need to make it any more of a sausage party. My God.
They don't have sausages here.
Yeah, he
He's the
checked.
fucking driver.
Oh,
I'm gonna lean forward to the refreshments bar and I'm gonna go, aren't these things supposed to come fully stocked? Where the hell is
Oh.
everything?
oh, here. You pan out with him one of the bottles of water. Like, here you go.
Thanks. Is that? I'm just gonna shake my head and just sit down. I'm just gonna.
I am not leaving this fancy shit here for anybody else to pick it up. This come to pick it up. We're supposed to be able to drink it. I'm gonna take it with me. Okay.
Yeah, but James,
Jesse, you want
sharing,
some-
my
you want
man,
some-
sharing.
There's still plenty in there. Go on.
I half lean over to check the contents of what's left, like half laying across like the other 4 as I'm looking for any protein drinks.
This guy.
There you go.
This is why the fuck I roofied you last week. God damn.
I like to picture that he's just brought this specialized coat that just has like 15 like slots for plastic bottles like in the
Yes.
lining.
Well, it's
Yeah.
also designed to, like, for me to like to carry like medical equipment. It does not look like I'm carrying medical equipment, so I don't get jumped from my medical equipment.
Awesome.
Oh my
Okay.
god.
Jesse's gonna be rooting in and like trying to get a giant start on any alcoholic beverage that is contained within this vehicle.
Let's go, man.
Oh, before we
Unfortunately-
go any further, I should probably mention the fact that I did slip a armor vest underneath the outfit, so it's not immediately obvious I have one on, but it's there.
Okay.
I just want to make that clear.
Okay. All right. So the door closes. You hear the AI whistling, and it disappears from the street. It suddenly appears in the front of the car, and he looks back to you. He says, we'll be on our way. We'll be there in about 15-20 minutes. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the music.
I'm going to be sitting as far away from Xero as I can.
Okay, fair enough.
I'll physically interpose myself between the pair of them so they don't end up spatting again.
Okay. All right. So about 15 minutes into the drive, you guys are shooting the shit, you know, talking. Obviously, there's a little bit of tension in the room, and you guys, you're making conversation, making the best of it, trying to keep it lively on the way, or light on the way over there. All of a sudden, a figure hops up from Anton's Nexuses, and this figure is obscured by static and glitter. Not glitter. Like it's blocky and pixelated, and the voice says,
"Watch yourself tonight. They know."
It drops back down to your wrist and disappears.
We all see that?
Yep.
I don't think I installed that.
Anton is the only one that did hear it, though.
Is that the buyer?
I don't think so. I don't know. If it is, he's weird. Might just keep looking.
Who's the secret admirer then?
Hell if I know. I mean, that just came out of nowhere. I didn't accept it or anything. It's probably nothing.
What the fuck you guys do on your phones? Come on, drink. Shots.
I'm getting hammered with Jesse.
And I'm just sort of gonna refuse and say, I'm okay, thank you.
I'm going slow.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll take pace myself.
I'm looking to find the Balmer's Peak, you know, like the just drunk enough so that I'm charismatic as shit, but like not so drunk that I'm slobbering all over people.
That's a
that fine line.
all right,
Beautiful.
James. All right.
Razor's edge.
That razor's edge, huh? So okay, I'll allow it. Just okay, so you get that nice little buzz on and you're feeling good. You know, Jesse, how far are we going tonight with your escapades?
There's a limit?
Oh,
I was freaking before we got in the car.
it was nice knowing you.
Oh,
I have a what they call a condition, and I'm thoroughly feeding it.
You have a fever, and the only prescription is more booze.
Yes,
okay.
You see, this
it's
this
just
is
booze
why.
and cigs, booze and cigs, and cigs and booze.
This is why I
Oh,
work,
yeah.
and I work out, and I stay home, and I go to the range, and I work out, and I go to work, and I stay home, and I go to the range.
Yeah, you're a miserable fuck all the time.
Who says?
I do,
He's
motherfucker.
perfectly happy.
Oye me. I don't have any
Two tight
problems
asses.
with no way puedo. No me diga, cabrón. Listen.
Yeah,
There
bang,
is
queso
no
to you too.
All
I'm
right.
gonna read him out a window.
I have to live with these two.
So you're
Consistently.
living with him? How do you stand it?
The urge to kill them is insane.
If there's like volume controls for music, Jesse's just gonna try to like hook up his own music to it
Oh,
and
God.
try to like crank the bass.
Yo,
Don't
pass
do
the
that.
aux cord.
Boss, hot boss, hot boss.
All right. After about 20 minutes, you guys start to pull up to this building. Okay. The Rat, as the locals in the Hard Park call it, is a dimly lit, gritty establishment. The Rathskeller was considered the granddaddy of all Boston music venues. Outside in bright pink neon is a sputtering sign indicating cold beer, loud music, and lowlifes. Sparks occasionally fall from the sign, dropping to the sidewalk like miniature fireworks as you walk up to the building. It's a dirty, local place. Sure, You got a lot of traffic here, and the rare occasion some act came through from one of the other sections, but this was a Hyde Park bar and club full of locals who took pride in their turf. Give me Xero. Give me a Streetwise.
Common knowledge. I think.
Yeah, I thought we gave you Streetwise, but
we were supposed to, but I think I ended up taking something else instead.
I have Streetwise.
All right, I'll allow it.
Yeah, I think I took common knowledge instead of streetwise. We were kind of rolling it together.
Okay.
Here we go.
Wow.
Sorry.
Oh, you both got it. So you both know, this is one of the state-sponsored entertainment complexes within the city of Boston. The city realizes that even at the lowest levels, at the 4s and 5s, the sections 4 and 5s, people still need some kind of release. The beer's never good, the food's never good, but it's a place to go and let off some fucking steam and listen to some music and escape for a little bit. Everybody needs escape, no matter where you are.
Would this be like Cheers to Jesse? Like
everybody knows his name. Kind of shit.
I'd be here like every other day.
Yeah.
Like, is this like my corner bar? Or is this like a little bit further than that?
What'd you say?
Is this like my corner bar? Or is it further than that?
No. This wouldn't be like the kind of bar this is like a music venue. It's more like, it's not like your local bar that you go down to and get them in, but this is more like you'd go to a show at. So
gotcha. Okay.
A large man sporting a large mohawk dyed blue, wearing a leather jacket adorned with spikes, and two obviously low quality augmented arms that twitch slightly as you watch, stands holding a clipboard while two similar goons stand behind him. As he sees your group walking up and approaching, he drills out, obviously bored. 25 credits for tonight's show. Pay inside. If you have any weapons, you'll need to check them at the door. Hey, listen, we find out about them later. Well, let's just say that you won't have an enjoyable experience. Let's just say that won't be an enjoyable experience for any of you. At that, he looks at the other goons, chuckles, and they as well return menacing smiles to you.
Question.
Sure.
Would I have known this guy at all?
This bouncer?
Yeah.
No. They in places like this, you guys know, it's pretty common knowledge. They rotate hired muscle pretty often.
Okay. So I'm going to approach him before I say anything and say, just show him my medical badge real quick, my medical ID. Just
okay.
Like, hey, can I take a look at those? Look at the arms.
You want to look at my arms?
Yeah, I think I can tighten them up here or there and kind of improve it a little bit. You probably got a little bit of resistance in the rotor cuff right there. You probably, hit someone a little too hard, hit a wall at one point.
You fucking believe this guy? You know what? Wrong? Knock yourself out. Knock yourself out.
All right. Can I do kind of like just a quick looking over to see if there's any kind, because it's low quality. I want to see if it's like anything that's obvious that I could just tweak a little bit, just a little bit, based off of my medical knowledge of prosthetics and stuff like that.
Give me a repair check.
Okay. That's a 5.
Okay. So you look around and you look at his shoulder, where the muscle is obviously tied into the fiber optics that control the arms. It looks like the stream just froze.
Your the video froze, but the overlay still works.
Yeah, everything else is working fine.
Odd. Well, actually, this is a good time to take a break anyway. We generally take a break about 10:30. So I'm gonna let the cast go and grab a break real quick, and I'm gonna see what's going on with my camera. It looks like you guys are working fine at this point, but my camera is frozen. So what about the community out there? What are you guys thinking so far? I'd like to get some quick thoughts from people and quick thoughts from the cast on what they're thinking so far. So let's start with David Greyson. David, this is your first night of like tabletop RPGs, and
It is.
so what are your initial thoughts just coming through that that initial scenario?
Interesting to say the least. I have to be honest. I am just trying to make sure I don't talk over people accidentally.
Yeah.
Just roll with it, really. That's no, I'm enjoying it. It's good. I hope people are enjoying it out there in the chat and the community. So yeah, no, I'm having a good time so far.
Excellent.
Just curious about what's going to go on. And then the old David's cautious old fellow. He has a lot of experience in a lot of things. So
excellent. All right, James, what are you thinking so far?
I'm liking it so far. I like the vibe. We all seem to kind of, it helps that we played a little bit before and that kind of stuff. And I'm glad that nobody's afraid to talk. I'm also liking the fact that Ant immediately was like, I'm gonna make him naked.
Oh boy, you got a nice. Anyway,
it sets the nice tone for the rest of the game. So I like it.
Excellent. Xero.
I gotta say, man, I love Shadowrun, I love Cyberpunk, and so far this has been amazing. The cast is fucking awesome, 100% on point. This is gonna be great.
Awesome. Anton.
Like I said, I'm a bit of an old hat at this, and I'm just really glad to only have one Jesse in my party, because normally in campaigns and parties I have at least 4, and that's one that I play every week. So yeah, it's great not having to be the party dad for once. We'll see what happens.
Oh, you get to play the other side of it now.
I get to be a little crazy, but
all right, with that, like I said, I'm going to kick it over to a 5-minute break. We'll see the cast here about like 5 minutes from now. Chat, we will be back to keep the story going for you out there, and we'll see you in a few minutes. All right, guys, we are coming back from that break. As we come back from that break, I'm going to kick off a 3-minute poll. I would like to get a feel for how people are feeling about which team are you on out there. I see mentions of Team Jesse, Team Xero. I am starting a 3-minute poll right now, so go vote for your favorite team member at this point.
I'm going to vote for myself because otherwise no one else will.
I'm with you on that one.
While we were on break, team, I awarded all the bennies out there, so you guys have the bennies, and those do roll over week to week. Because of the nature of this game, it's going to be such a tough game for you guys, and I'm not giving you guys any bennies, so they are going to roll week to week. So, oh, I didn't put a team icon there. That's right. Decided.
Yeah,
well,
you need to put a team Nexus on there.
Yeah, we'll have to. So it's on the overlay, Shadowbolt. You should be able to hover over the overlay and then it'll pop up.
It's usually in the very top of the stream chat. You'll pick the little arrow, and then it'll pop down and you'll be able to see it.
I forgot you could vote on Twitch. God, shows how much I know. I forgot you could do a poll on Twitch.
You get partnered streamer, you get complacent.
Yeah, that's it. Yep, me complacent.
Stoop down to my associate level. You'll see how you feel. Right at the bottom of the polls. That's me. No audience. Yeah.
All right. So we're gonna let this poll resolve, and we're gonna jump back into it once I see the results, because it's interesting. So yeah, I like I said in the beginning, I've been wanting to tell this story for years. This has been it's been in my brain. It's like, one of those projects that just worm in there and you just don't really have an outlet for it. So you're trying to find a good outlet for it, and this is the perfect venue. And I, like, as you guys can see from the first half of the first night, I think this team right here is gelling extremely well and just naturally rolling into it. So for me, that's exciting to see. I'm excited for them to see the story play out throughout the overall arc of this campaign, and watch how they develop it as players. Like, a lot of us has, and I got to be honest here, a lot of us have played a lot of these different TTRPG games, but I like in the other campaign, it's fun to see Mihai experience like the newness of a TTRPG like this. So Loken, I'm really excited to see where, you know, how you, when you come to realize that this is a fully operating world and how you grow as a player. That's going to be one of the highlights for me. And being somebody's first, DM or GM or Nexus administrator, I mean, you can't get better than this.
Darling,
I'm
not my
sorry.
first. You take my tabletop virginity.
I would say
Cherry.
I would say I'd be general, but this is a fucking tough game.
I was about to say,
Don't worry, I like it rough.
ooh, shit.
Let's okay, so it looks like that just ended.
Wow.
That
look at
is
you
a
two.
that is a 42-42 two-way tie between
I
Team
like
Zero and Team David.
God.
Damn,
Who
dude.
actually voted? My goodness, I'm flattered.
So
You've all
Night,
done well. You will not be airlocked today, crew. Well done.
they've represented
My
for
one
the,
fan out there. My one fan. Thank you.
that was decider.
That is very appreciated.
So we'll have to do this at the end of the night. We'll have to, or maybe next week, and I'll add myself in there. But what do you guys think?
Like a MVP kind of thing at the end of the night.
There you go. There we
who's
go.
the-
That's a great idea.
Player of the session.
Yeah, I like that idea. Player.
Yeah.
They get a free Benny.
So
Oh, I got another vote. They couldn't vote. Look at that.
Too late now.
Casey Fox says it's because I know what will happen if I don't vote for my captain.
They do the world friend.
Yeah. Yes. So our plan is to end at 10 minutes to the midnight, so we can talk to you guys about the game, answer questions, and so maybe we'll start doing that at the end of the night to see the results from it. I think that's a great idea. But are you guys ready to get back into the story?
Yep.
Yes,
Let's go.
sir. My buzz is fading.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
You're gonna be high for so long.
Ah.
So as you guys, so James, you look at the at his arm, and you reach in and you grab a tool and you just start fiddling with it, and you tap on the back of his neck where the interface is, and you look at it. You hold your Nexus up to it and scan it, and you make a configuration change. You think you've helped the situation. However, these are such low quality that, I mean, they're never going to truly operate like a higher quality augment. But he just kind of, he shrugs his shoulders, and he's like, he rolls his shoulders forward and he kind of shakes out his arm and he's like, thanks, dude. That was fucking rad of you. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem, man. Name's Dr. Dunn. I'm coming back to the neighborhood for a while. If you got any friends need something similar, let me know.
All right. What do you charge for something like that? If I got some people down there.
Yeah, case by case, but we'll see it. First chat. We'll just say the first time is always free.
Okay. All right. Well, head on inside, and hey, I'm serious about the weapons thing. You're gonna go through the arch, and if you guys have weapons on it, it's gonna fucking smoke you. So, do yourselves a favor. If you got something, I'll let you go toss it somewhere, or we can check something for you, but it's not allowed in there. So.
Oh, okay. So I come in and pull out like all of like the food and water and stuff like that, and be like, you got a bag or something like that? You can check that.
I'll be honest with you. Typically, we don't let outside food and water in here, but you just did me a solid, man. So you're good with that.
Thank you, man.
All right.
What was your name again, buddy?
I have it, and I'm trying to find it because I knew you could ask. I will get it for you.
It's Bobby Steve. Stevie Bobby.
It's coming up a little bit later, so.
Okay. I'll remember to ask.
Big Bobby Jean.
As you enter the rat, you see an archway with two 50mm guns pointing down at you. The arch's function, according to the signs all plastered throughout the area, is to scan for illicit substances and weapons. As the person in front of you steps up and moves through the grid of lasers, as the person in front of you moves through, you see a grid of lasers filter over them, starting at their head and scanning all the way down to their feet. A panel on the side shows a skeletal outline of the figure. Lights in the arch glow green, and the bouncer on the other side waves them through. The bouncer on the
Okay.
other side is who's walking in first.
That'll be me.
I would assume it's the doctor.
Okay, so you walk up, same thing. Excuse me 1 second. So you walk up and you stand. There's footprints outlined on the ground. You stand in the footprints and you see the lasers start at your head, work down to your feet. You look over at the panel. You know you're carrying this food and the food in the outside drink, but it comes back clean, it lights up green, and the bouncer waves you through.
Okay.
Nobody is carrying guns, right? Just to confirm. Okay.
Yes.
We're gonna expedite the
Okay.
process a little bit. You
the-
guys.
I say the only thing I have is like the medical bag and then the patches plus the outside stuff. But
Okay.
yeah.
All right. So as you got, for the sake of, making this easy, you guys all make it through the process. You get inside and a full AUG sits at the counter, surrounded by bulletproof glass, and yells over the music in a mechanical voice. Hey, unless you're on the list, 250 credits a person.
What was
Hey guy, calm down, you're nuts. We're here, we on the list. Don't you worry, we on the list. And I walk, I stumble up to the thing, and I put up, I open up my little device here, and I go, yes, right, we know Lorna herself, motherfucker. Right on the glass.
Okay, so as you put your nexuses up to the pad on the wall, it scans your wrists and illuminates green. A nice a nice chime goes off, and the AUG waves you on. This happens for all of you as you go up and scan, and you get waved into the room. I gotta change the music. As you walk in, across the dance floor is a bar. Illuminated by signs indicating all different kind of drinks. Dancing on the bar is simulated go-go dancers. However, the hollows running them are old and they flicker more often than not. Servo droids hang from the ceiling, ready to take your credits as you pick your poison. Strangely, you see an actual female, non-AUG, serving people as well. Her close-cropped, bright pink, green, and blue hair frames her face. The lights inside the rat bouncing off and reflecting off her aviators. She moves quickly and efficiently, obviously skilled in her craft, delivering drinks and collecting payment with her mobile Nexus reader, directing the servers around her in an orchestra of service. Give me a Streetwise. Oh, yeah, give me a Streetwise if anybody has Streetwise.
I got it.
You want to do
Doctor?
unskilled and
Give us a
not?
time.
Okay.
3.
That does not do it, sir. But you do have a Benny. You could roll if you wanted to.
I will re-roll that. Okay.
The first Benny.
God.
Oh,
Hey,
that is a
lucky.
raise.
There you go.
but it was
You-
a natural 1. But
No. So that's her wild die. You're good. It's
Yeah.
an 11. Excuse me. So this is Molly. You have heard about her before, James. You know this is her joint. She runs this joint. She runs it for the state. She's also known for being a very extremely tough person, but she's also extremely fair. All right.
I immediately turn to Jesse and go, "Don't fuck with Molly. Don't even
with
try to
Molly?
blink at her.
Fuck
Do
with
not
Molly.
try to. No.
Fuck with
She will.
Fuck with Molly?
She will break your face, and I'm not gonna fix it.
You should let him.
Break her face in. Break my face in her. What?
I'm all for seeing his face get broken.
Oh yeah, David.
I don't want to just get thrown out.
You want to bet the Bendico gets his ass thrown through a plate glass window today?
Oh, absolutely. I'll bet you 20 credits.
I'll tell all of them just like that's Molly. She runs the place. She's tough but fair. So don't fuck with her, and you'll be fine.
Sounds like my kind of woman. I like that.
Tip her well.
Yes, naturally. Do you take me for a savage?
I just opened the map and shared it with you guys again so you could see it, okay? So again, you walked in, I'm sorry, the northernmost 24. That is the on the eastern side of the building. That's the entrance you walked into. The stage is beyond your left as you walk in. That pit with the dance floor right in front of the stage, and directly across from you is the bar. And to the right of you, you see the tables over there. David, this is just just like how you pictured it with the drawings and the schematics you found online. So
yeah. So I'm just basically going to kind of just do a once over and just think, okay, yeah, that's fair. That checks out.
Okay. Across the dance floor is a. Oh, I already did that. I'm sorry. On the other side of the bar is a lounge. Sitting in one of the chairs is a sight none of you have seen for a few years, at least in person. A familiar face changed somewhat from the last time you have seen her, but in a good way. Sitting comfortably in a chair, laid back with a girl on her lap, making jokes that are obviously falling on receptive ears, judging by the laughs coming from the wide-eyed girl. Her hair, now a rainbow of color with a few braids mixed in. The soft neon light from her earrings illuminating the left side of her cheek and the augmented embedded there. Lorna certainly isn't hard on the eyes. Suddenly eyes widen, and with a little shuttle laughter escapes her mouth as she sees the group of you walking over and practically drops the girl off her lap and runs over to you all and jumps into James's arms with a wild hug. I'm going to share a picture of Lorna Jericho with you guys.
Hello.
Hey.
So
James gets all the nice ladies.
So this is Lorna. Lorna, very attractive woman, clearly has augs, and this is your friend. She changed when you were talking to her earlier. She definitely had that dark hair. It has since changed since you have talked to her.
Okay.
James, how the fuck are you?
Well, better now that you're here.
Oh, it's so good to see you. So good to see you. She puts her arm, after you release from the hug, she just throws her arm around you and is kind of like leaning off you. Jesse, look at you. You've grown so much. How are you doing?
Yeah, come here. Don't you stay away.
Oh,
He's been drinking
Oh, of course he has. Of course he has.
a lot.
A lot.
You remember.
Fuck off, you stiff dicks.
Oh my God! Look at Anton over there, looking serious as ever. Come on, Anton. What's going on? What have you been doing? What are you doing in your life?
Same old. Just surviving,
Just surviving. Still serious. Wow. Whatever. So she looks over. She looks up at Xero. She looks up at Xero and says, "Oh,
Hi.
you look like a fucking cop now. Are you a fucking cop? You punk ass bitch."
Que lindo, mija. No, not a cop. I mean, I play one on TV, right? That's what it is. I nudge David a little bit and I kind of like give him half a smirk.
And this motherfucker went from the service. Are you back now? You're back in the fucking in the hide?
Yes, for now. Let's just say circumstances changed. I'll
That's a
sort of like wrap into like a hug, but what I would like to do whilst I'm doing that, just pat down to see if she's got any weapons on her. Very, very
Subtle way.
subtle.
So you're trying to hide this action as you do this.
I'm trying to hide this act that I'm just checking. Like, just
Okay. Why don't you give me a notice check?
okay. Let's watch these dice fail.
Oh, come on.
Hey.
There you go.
There you go.
So you slyly, as you put your arms around, you just kind of let your arms fall down her back, and so like the insides of your arms are tracing her body as they drop down. I'm gonna do. Hold on. So it's time for me to make my first roll. Yeah, and it didn't register. Cool. Oh.
I was gonna say, it looks
David,
like something.
come on, it's me. What are you doing? You checking me for weapons? What are you doing?
I'm gonna sort of give her a wry smirk and go, you know how it is. The service, it changes you. It's nothing personal.
All right, fair enough. But you
If it
motherfucker,
makes you feel better, he sleepwalks and checks me for weapons in the middle of the night. Usually I'm asleep.
I'm sure that's not all he checks for. Hey! You motherfuckers, it's so good to see you all. And it's good to see you all together and laughing. You fucking morons. It's so good to see you. Let's go, let's go grab a table. Like I can get a table over there. So she points to a table down to by the south of the room. And she looks over at some, at the bar and locks eyes with Molly. And she holds up her hand and says 5. She's like, what are you guys drinking? What are you guys drinking?
Double whatever you just ordered.
Oh God.
Your cleanest, smoothest whiskey.
You do realize where the fuck you are, right?
Yeah.
They have
that's why I
whiskey,
said
but
cleanest.
they have whiskey, but I think it's made in the bathtub out in the back.
Who
Give them the
makes it?
biggest, strongest, cheapest shit you have.
Is it Jeff or Steve who makes it? That's the question. Because if it's Steve, I'm okay. If it's Jeff, that motherfucker pees in it.
Flip a coin. Does it really matter?
Fine, I'll get some of the pea whiskey.
Okay.
I'll get some of the pea whiskey.
All right. So she looks at Jesse. She's like, this motherfucker knows. It doesn't matter. It just matters about getting there, right?
Yeah, get it.
Drink enough, it all tastes the same anyway.
Correct. Oh, Anton, perfect. Anton, I'd love to see you come out of your shell. Come on, man. You know what? She looks over at Molly, and again, Molly looks up, and she points at Anton, and she just gives him the 2. She says 2 for Anton. Yeah, and she just nods, and Molly looks back knowingly. So you guys sit down at the table. And after a couple minutes, Servo Droid comes over and starts dropping the drinks on the table and drops 2 in front of Anton. And also a round of shots for everybody. So what have you guys been up to? What have the years been doing to all of you? I hear rumors here and there that the fucking boys are back in town, and what is what's going on? Tell me about it. Tell me what's going on. Anton, open your mouth.
Yeah.
Come on.
Tell him what you did to the driver.
I'm not doing that. That was her driver, man.
So it's funny. She'll like it.
What did you do to him? That stick in the mud. What did you? He's like.
You should have seen. I saw this thing just the other day. It's the same car as someone made it so you could change the AI persona and make it naked.
Yeah,
and
so she literally spits out a drink onto the side of the table, and she goes, "You made him fucking naked?"
Oh yeah, convince him it was this fancy shit, class 1 stuff that only those posh fucks see it,
All those fucking snooty fucks up in Cambridge, and oh man, this is fucking great. This is fucking great. Good shit. And she high fives you, and she's like, "That, that's what I'm talking about. That's the old Antoine. I'm fucking happy to see that shit again." So, what about you, Jesse? What have you been doing? You still at your father's shop?
Yeah, girl, I'm still there. Yeah, I haven't left the same corner that I've been at probably for a very long time.
You towny
Stuff's
fuck.
going good. I can't leave the Boston, man. It's home. You can't leave it.
You are straight towny as hell, man. There's
shut your fucking face.
And she smacks you on the face lovingly.
Yeah, my girl.
Even if you left Boston, Boston wouldn't leave you. You wouldn't, no. Come on.
I'm too big for the city to leave me. Yeah.
Oh.
Where? You know.
Zero. What about
it's just
you?
the fucking same.
I work and I take care of these 2. It's a full-time job.
That's 2 full-time job, because you work and then you take care of these.
That's it.
What do you do?
That's
you straight look like a cop. What are you doing for work nowadays?
Stuff and things for people.
That's Pretty vague. Pretty
Don't
vague.
repeat nothing you hear here. You hear?
Okay. All right.
So it's okay. David knows, right, David?
I know. I don't even want to tell anybody. So I can't say. I'm not gonna get in trouble.
The fuck are the spooks doing here?
They're paying me.
They pay him a lot.
Whatever. Just tell the NSA I said hi. Don't tell them who Anton was.
But yeah, I mean that's it really. I take care of these guys. I work. I hit the gym, and sometimes I get some fresh air. On the rooftops. That's about it.
How'd
You're
you
boring
find
as
them
you're boring
again,
as
Mike?
fuck. Whatever. My boys are back. It's good to see you. I disappeared for a while. I had to do my thing. I wanted to catch up with you guys.
To the park, anyways.
Say that again.
What brings you back to the park, anyways?
Well, I'll give you a little. I got to give you a little where my mind's been and what I've been doing the last couple months, and I'll let you know. All right. So bear with me. Soap opera, blah 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 bullshit. But well, I've been pretty fucking busy. So as you guys, I'm sure, heard, I made my bones in Johnny Dark's band, Suicide Ball. I wrote all those angsty, fast, furious, heavy metal punk songs, and well, besides the work, we ended up becoming a thing. Our relationship was kind of fucked up. It was dark, sensual, thrilling. It was creative, volatile, and obviously well covered by the industry tabloids, sound feeds. We had our first album together, Fortitude, and it fucking broke all the records across the world. We did 3 more records together, but I was a stupid kid, so due to a bad deal, I ended up making excuse me, together. But due to a bad deal, I ended up making a small fortune for Dark, but not much for myself. What? Like I said, I was a fucking dumb kid. I was escaping Hard Park, in love with a fucking rock star, and thought I had an easy future ahead of me. I made some bad choices. Our relationship, well, really his relationship with the world in general started deteriorating. And that's, kind of when I dropped out for a bit. You guys, you saw me disappear. Everybody knew I disappeared, and I don't really want to get into what happened, but yeah, it was a bad time anyways. Where the fuck was I? When I left Dark, Dark filled my place with various guitarists, but that violent alchemy, it was missing. Sales and concert attendance began to fall. The deal stopped coming from. The party invites dried up, and worse than the money missing was the fact that he was becoming irrelevant. I think that's what affected him the most. It's almost poetic. All those times he said I couldn't last without him, and then he dried up within months of me leaving. What a fucking douche. Well,
Rocker boys.
Yeah. I mean, it is what it is. Well, I took some time for myself. I did some soul searching, and I came back with a new band, a new sound, and a new attitude. I began performing in small clubs, putting on shows that put the word on the street for me and got me going again. It was nothing like my work with Dark. Instead of like abrupt 3-chord screamers, my audience found themselves entranced by like 15 to 20 minutes soundscapes carefully arranged and executed by master musicians. No words. Can you fucking believe that? Just music and pictures flashed behind on a screen again behind the band, shining against their faces as they play. My new shit's different. The pieces are haunting. They're threatening, they're desperate and panic-inducing. It's chamber music, but with guitars and drums and bass and all the instruments you expect to see in a rock or a punk band. I took my influences from DJ Shadow, Rabbit in the Moon, haunting and atmospheric music. I gotta be honest, I'm kind of nervous for you guys to see it tonight, but I'm proud of it. I am so fucking proud of it. Her gaze slips over to a bouncer walking over to your group. He leans down and whispers something in her ear. She nods, smiles, looks at your group and says, "Hey, you fuckos, it's time to me do my thing. Wish me luck. We'll touch base later after I destroy this fucking place. Grab yourselves drink. They're on me. Go hit the head. Jesse, maybe you want to step outside and partake before we get going? But be
fucking lootly. It's about time, you ass.
But be fucking ready. I'm about to bring it home for Hyde Park and my fucking boys."
Yeah, you do it, girl.
So with that, she gets up and she starts to walk away with the bouncer. Everybody give me a notice check, please.
Notice.
4 for me.
2.
Got a 5.
I got a
Mother of God.
Zero notices the paint crumbling in the walls.
He sees the Matrix. He just took the red pill.
I got eyes. It's what I do, man.
Everybody who succeeded, you watch as Lorna walks away toward the left side of the stage before disappearing behind it. Before doing so, she stops to talk to a large bearded man. Momentarily, a look of concern comes over her face and kind of clouds her face. She darts a quick glance over to the table, and but she shakes it off. A smile once again appearing on her face, and she disappears behind the stage.
Hey, Thick Daddy.
Hmm?
You see that?
Mm-hmm.
I saw that too. What was that all about?
Listen, I hate watching her leave, but I love watching her go.
I
Thanks.
never understood that.
You meant the guy, right?
Yeah. The
Oh.
guy.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw her too. Or saw him too. Her. Him. Yeah, what about him?
Get out of your pants and think straight.
You notice that she changed when she talked to him?
Yeah, a little bit.
The hell are you guys talking about? This stuff's good. Have you tried it?
No, there's a suit over there. Talked with Lorna for a bit.
The guy with the beard, yeah.
Yeah, he seemed a little cross-eyed at this. Yeah, that seemed fucking weird.
But a suit in a place like this?
It's unusual to say the least.
Yeah,
I haven't seen a suit in Hyde Park in fucking 15 years.
Did you see the fucking shit we drove up in? He's out of our league, man.
Well, just band manager or something, you know?
Yeah, I mean, he could just be pissed off that she's seeing poor people.
How much you want to bet something more is going on?
You
I don't like it.
paranoid fuck.
It's my job.
Yeah.
For once, I'm with David on this one.
Oh, wow.
It's-
You actually
it's
take
not
my
just-
side for once. My God.
It's not just being paranoid. There's something off. I noticed it. There's something going on.
You two still can't switch off, right? It's exactly the same. Nothing's changed, man.
Listen, I'm just saying, I fucked the shit out of Jesse. These things happen.
Hey boys, I'm gonna step up for a minute, and he steps up and he's like, I'm gonna use the restroom real quick. Keep an eye out, and then walks towards the restroom.
Okay. So James gets up and disappears into the bathroom for a couple minutes, and kind of does his thing. So what are you guys doing in the meantime?
I am using every ounce of her drinks is on me. Conclusion.
I am also doing that.
I finally pick up the drink that I haven't touched yet, and I give it a long sniff, trying to identify what the hell this beverage is.
Okay. Give
I'm gonna personally ignore the drink that's been left for me, and I'm gonna go grab a beer from the bar. So I don't know what.
Long hypnol notes.
I'm good.
I'll just drink his drink as soon as he walks away.
Perfect. Perfect. So give me a notice. 0. Thank you.
It's a 2. Shit.
He goes from perceiving
You're not
the
quite
universe
sure.
to seeing nothing.
Yeah, you're not quite sure what this drink is. I mean, it's vaguely whiskey-like. I mean, that's what you guys ordered, and
What are you talking about? I know what it is. It's swill. It's below my taste buds. I shouldn't bother drinking this. That's what this is. It's fine. It's fine. I take the cup and I kind of glance to my table of friends, and when I notice they're not really paying attention, I pour it over in James's cup. I set my empty cup down.
all right. So James, you take a run to the bathroom when you step in. I mean, it's pretty uneventful. This is the one thing about that about state-sponsored places is they're not the best places in the world, but they're also not the worst. So this place does not like, it's not like absolutely disgusting, but it's not the prettiest either. So
it's like graffiti on the walls.
Yeah.
Like people's random numbers written on the
For
side.
a good time call.
Yeah. I find my number on there and be like, what the fuck? No, I'm not gonna do that. No. I see a picture of Jesse with like
Yeah.
with like don't trust this man, written across it. Motherfucker owes me a dub,
For a good time call in Jesse's handwriting.
That's my number's written in Jesse's handwriting for a good time call. Yeah.
Perfect. All right, so it's a bathroom. Nothing. You do your business, and you should. You can head back if you'd like.
Yeah, I do my business. And I head back. I don't head back to the group. I head to the bar.
Okay.
And at the bar, I want to look around and see. I'm looking for the most attractive man or woman I can find that seems to be alone.
Okay. Patron, or does it matter?
Patron, not a worker.
Okay. All right. So. Okay. So you look around the bar, and you spot. Give me a spot. Actually, give me a spot check.
Notice check.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I will say spot until infinity because that's what I've always said.
5.
All right. So as you look around the bar, and you first you start grading people by the looks, and then you try to eliminate it by do they look alone, do they so you see a woman sitting. I'm going to point to it on the map so that you and then I'll just describe it. So you see a woman sitting at the end of the bar, closest to the stage, and she looks like she has a drink, and she's clearly looking at the stage like she's excited that to see tonight's act. She doesn't appear to be, she hasn't really talked to anybody, and her gaze is towards the stage. She's got yellow hair, and when I don't mean blonde, I mean yellow, like
yellow,
bright yellow hair. And when you look over, her left leg is augmented, and it below the knee down to her foot.
Okay, so I'm gonna slide up to her, immediately order her a drink.
Okay.
And say, you here for the band?
Yeah. Are you handing her the drink, or are you ordering a drink and having the bartender?
I'm ordering it from the bartender for her.
All right.
Well,
yeah. Thanks for the drink. Yeah, I'm here for, I heard this Jericho Rose thing, and I heard it's fucking it's different. I don't know what to expect, but I wasn't doing anything tonight, so I figured, what the fuck, I come out and and check it out.
Yeah, no, I know the lead of the band. She's an old friend of mine.
Really? She's from Hyde?
Yeah, she's from Hyde.
Oh, you're fucking bullshitting to me.
I'm not bullshitting you. She's from Hyde. I knew her when she was just coming up.
Before
she left.
You didn't date her.
Just for a little bit.
Oh, you're so full of shit. You're so full of shit.
No, I dated her, and then one of my friends beat the shit out of me. The last night I saw her because he tried to get handsy, and shit went sideways. But
give me a persuasion roll.
All right. Four.
All right. She's like, no fucking way. That's so cool. That's so cool.
And I'm gonna take a look at and kind of gesture. She's like, "Oh, how long have you had the prosthetic?"
This shit, I've had this for years. It's just, I don't know. I always had weird issues. All the shit in the water nowadays, and there's no good, there's no good food. So I always had problems on my lower leg, and I decided, I saved up put fucking money I could and got my AUG.
No, that looks good. Looks better than I've seen some.
Well, yeah, it's not bottom of the barrel. It's not, the best, but it's definitely not bottom of the barrel. So
yeah, I mean, I have some experience with that kind of stuff. Mind if I take a quick look?
Normally I'd be a little weirded out by that statement, but yeah, what the fuck?
I'm a doctor. I'm
Doctor,
now
you're a doctor too.
Here. I pull out the medical badge. Just like,
all right, and give me another persuasion.
Okay.
Holy shit!
Wow.
21.
Fuck.
21.
She-
Can I
Not
take
only
her
is she
with
a
me when I leave?
Okay, so role play at this point what you want to say to her and convince her
Okay.
of your credentials.
Okay, so I say, came from Hyde, got myself the right scholarship, ended up at Harvard, got out, did my time in the upper areas. Even studied with some of the best doctors in Boston.
Wow, that's fucking. What are you doing in Hyde then? I mean, come on, you're that.
Came back home, wanted to start up my own, street business here. Got to help the folks where I came from,
Oh, that's. Wow, I'm impressed. Oh man, so I gotta. Yeah, here, and so she takes her leg and she kind of kicks it up on the stool next to her.
Okay.
And
I'm gonna do the half actually looking at it and half, trying to feel it out to see if it's like I'm kind of paranoid, but I'm also trying to impress her with the skills,
Okay. So are you trying to gather information about it, or you're trying to like?
I'm trying to just try to figure out if it's well maintained.
Okay.
And do the same kind of thing I was doing with the bouncer.
Okay, give me a repair check then.
All right. 4.
Okay, so you do think this is pretty well maintained. It looks like she takes care of it. Your thought is that she probably, she spent a lot of money on this. Money like this is. It's not the bottom of the barrel. It's not the best dog, but this is still a lot of money in this area. Like this is. She put a lot of effort into this, so you think she does what she can to maintain it. So.
Mm-hmm. That was pretty well done. You managed to keep it pretty well cleaned, maintained. But say, hey, and I kind of like, is this like a situation where I can like swipe her number, like swipe my number kind of thing?
Yeah. So what you would do is you would hold her out. You'd hold out your interface and you'd kind of lock wrists. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
And so
I hold it out and say, well, I'm starting stuff up, and if you ever need some tune-up, some checkup, that kind of stuff, you just give me a call. I'll see what I can do for you.
Okay. So she puts her hand up and she kind of gives you a little sly smile and bumps wrists with you, and she's and you guys now have added her contact and you can access through the Nexus.
Gotcha. And then I kind of gesture towards the group and say, feel free to join us in our my party over there. They're all friends of Lorna's.
I'll be honest, I got here super early so I could get the seat. It's the closest to the stage. I want to just relax here. But you'll probably be for hearing from me. But tonight I'm doing my thing and I'm gonna enjoy the show.
Enjoy the drink, enjoy the show. And I walk out back toward the party.
Okay, so she leaves you with a smile.
Okay. When I get back to the party, I put my Nexus on the table and I say, I still fucking got it, you motherfuckers.
Jimmy Dean, always laying out that sausage wherever you can.
So as Jimmy puts his arm down the table, he rolls his wrist pointed up. The hologram pops up and starts spinning around, and it's the picture of the girl with the yellow hair over at the bar. It's just her contact card essentially. But he's beaming down at it, smiling. So,
I'm gonna be leaning at the bar itself. I'm gonna look over and just kind of do this to him.
Just a golf clap, just like soft clap. Yeah,
just a golf clap whilst I'm drinking a beer, basically, and just standing at the bar. Just my intention is to very quietly just be checking out who's there, what's going on, how many bouncers around, that kind of thing.
Okay, give me a notice roll.
David's
then.
never turned off.
Wait, you're impressed because you picked up a drunk chick at a bar.
She's not drunk.
God, your standards are low.
He looks
I don't see you.
fine to me. He like fist
I'm not
bumped.
trying. I'm here to see a friend.
Yeah, sure.
Precisely.
I fist bumped Jimmy. Come here, Jimmy.
Thank
Give it
you.
to me, Jimmy.
Okay, yeah.
Jimmy, come on. Hit it. Hey, pound it. Don't leave me hanging.
There we go.
Ah, yeah.
There we go.
Oh God.
Oh god. David, can you give me a notice roll, please?
Yeah, sure. Up. Oh, roll 5.
Okay, so you sit back as you see your friend Jesse, like, hey, come on, and that kind of distracts the group as he's trying to get daps from James Dunn, and you just kind of lean back and you look around the room, and your eyes scan around, and you think there's about 5 to 6 bouncers. There's probably 4 augmented or servo bots. Though they're androids. They walk around and they deliver drinks, they deliver food as needed, that kind of thing. They do. They like bring bottles over to the VIP service. Up at the counter, you see Molly. You also see 2 servo bots hanging down. And they are taking orders from customers, and collecting payment. So typically what somebody does is they order a drink through them. They put their Nexus up to to a little sensor on the servo. After a couple seconds, the drink pops up from beneath the bar and is delivered to them. So you look around in the room. There's patrons. It's going to be a show tonight, so there's there's a couple hundred, I'd say about 100 patrons maybe in there. Just people milling about all over the place. There's smoke in the air, loud music's blaring, and people just kind of doing their thing.
Oh, okay. I'm gonna be happy with that and just sort of continue surveying as I just drink my drink and just I'm
Okay.
just sitting there looking casual, just being there, but
Doing your
I
thing,
keep an eye on the group as well.
but passively and taking things
I'm
in.
just passively observing, just from a slight distance, just by the bar, just looking like I'm blending into the crowd, but just keeping a watch.
Okay, excellent. Would anybody else like to do anything during this time?
I'm fuck. No. I'm just keeping an eye out, but mostly just hanging out. Trying to slow Jesse down by getting him to talk, so he's not drinking as much. So he's not just sitting there just going like glug 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 glug. I'm just like, it's Jesse. How's the car doing? That old rust bucket piece of shit.
Betsy! Oh, you need to see this girl, man. You need to see her. Oh my god.
Hey, keep telling me about Betsy, whoever the fuck she is. I don't give a shit. Just keep talking about her.
You gonna finish that?
No, yeah, totally. You need to keep talking to me about Betsy, though.
Oh, you're boring. Okay, for you. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So, the android comes over and approaches your table. And will there be any more drinks or any more anything else tonight?
None for this one.
Another round.
I'm his doctor. Cut him off.
Fuck you. Another round.
I'm his doctor.
Give me a
Cut it.
persuasion
Free
roll.
right? Another
Give me a
round.
persuasion roll,
we're at
James.
a bar, right? Not a clinic.
That's that. Yeah.
Wait, is this like?
No,
Am
he's,
I also doing?
he's trying to
didn't
persuade.
repair.
He's
My bad.
trying to persuade the android not to serve you anymore, and he
Can
rolled
I
a 5.
unskilled persuade as well?
James,
Yes,
James,
you-
come on. Remember who he lives with. We want that home with him.
Oh,
That is a 1.
So
Hey,
Keep fueling
look
it
at me,
up.
Look at me. Look at this face. This is the trusting face.
this is a trusting face.
so the android.
Do I have to remind you about city regulations about serving a man beyond his ability to cognizant?
It's your fucking regulation.
So the android's head slowly rotates over to James and orients on him and present your credentials.
Pull it out the credentials.
So lasers, like a little laser array comes out of the eye and scans down the badge and looks over at Jesse and says, "Target 86th. Would anybody else like anything else tonight?"
It's bullshit, man.
Darn, I got. Can I get 2?
Yeah.
I'll put the order in. It'll be over shortly.
Oh my god.
Yeah, thanks, man.
I don't have a stomach pump.
You don't need one, man. Don't worry about it. That's what gutters are for.
All right. After a couple minutes, the android comes back, drops the drinks off, and you hear a commotion
Slide one over.
like a little bit of a, the crowd is getting a little bit excited at this point, and it's almost that moment when it's that moment when people anticipate the what they came to see, or the artist they came to see is going to get up on stage. So your gaze swings over to the stage, and slowly the music in the room starts to it gets lower and lower, and then eventually shuts off. From the floor, a green holographic man arises, and it's portraying, he's flickering. It's not that great of a projection of a hologram system. You think in a place like this, you're not going to see the best quality of it. Throughout this, the speaker system around you, a voice starts to come through. "Listen up, you lowlife fucks. It's time. It's time for our favorite daughter of Hyde Park to come out here and entertain you scumbags and low-techs. Freshly back from the dead, in recent shows in Brookline, with all those snooty threes, she's ready to tear this motherfucker down. Here, in our fucking house, the rat presents to you Jericho fucking Rose." As you watch, the band files out onto stage, and Lorna grabs the mic and as it rises out of the floor on the stage in front of her. Apprehensively, she looks around. "Hey everyone, well, this is my first time back in the Hyde since, since I disappeared. The last time I played here, shit got a little crazy." She looks it over.
I'm clapping it up, like I'm just
okay.
Like, woo! I'm doing the plant thing, like screaming really loud.
Okay.
Yeah.
After she says that statement, she glances over at the Molly at the bar with a kind of sheepish, apologetic look, and kind of shrugs and then turns back to the crowd. "Well, tonight's going to be a little different. It's not what you're all used to, but I hope you enjoy yourselves. I put a lot of hard work into my music, and I am proud to present it to you here tonight. Thank you to the staff here at the Rat, my friends at this." She looks out to your group, and all you low-life scumbags coming out here to support me. The crowd of locals goes nuts. Cans of beer are sprayed around the room, and cheers arise as Lorna looks at the band as if to ready herself. She bows to the crowd and walks over to her guitar, looks around at all the people crowded toward the front, and lastly, her eyes land on James Dunn. A smile growing wide on her face, she winks at you, and the band starts playing. I gotta hit the song.
Woo.
I make sure to get Xero with my drink as everyone's throwing drinks around.
Are you gonna try and hide this?
Just like a fucking beer can holding the top of it, just getting Xero.
Okay. All right. As the music starts, a feeling of wonder fills you. It fills you all as you look around the room. Smiles and looks of amazement uniformly appear on the crowd. Boom, boom, boom. As the music plays, it feels like one song blends into another. It's an orchestrated experience transcendent of the music alone. Behind the band, holographic scenes are playing in unison and work to enhance the experience, and it isn't like anything you've seen before, but now you understand. You understand perfectly why the shows have been selling out, where the hype is coming from, the excitement. It's not specifically the music. It's the feeling of escape. Escape from the harshness of life in the hub. That's what the people came here and are paying for. That illusion, even if it's just for a few minutes of serenity. However, people are about to be reminded of that harshness of everyday life. The screams of people enjoying the music takes on a much harsher tone. The pitch changes and panic creeps into all your neck as the hairs rise on your arm as the people in the crowd start to panic and try to scatter from the dance floor. Loud feedback blares through the speakers as the band on stage fumbles with their instruments trying to see what the fuck is going on, further adding to the confusion. Lights and lasers still illuminate the room, but rather than entertain, they have become disorienting. A pink and dark purple cloud starts to spread over the crowd. As it does, you see a look of euphoria pass over people's faces as they fall to the ground. The staff, you notice, all run towards a small glass enclosed room, which appears to close and secure them away from the mayhem.
Son of a bitch.
What do you guys do?
Shit, guys, what the fuck do we do? What the fuck do we do? Oh my god, we're gonna die.
I'm gonna shout at everybody. Just, take a freaking deep breath and get out this exit. I'm gonna point to door 1, I believe, down at the bottom.
Okay. I'm gonna need everybody to give me a vigor check, please.
Vigor.
5.
Oh, where's my vigor?
I got a 10. I smoke this shit every weekend.
I got a 3.
Yeah.
Outstanding.
Okay.
Too busy warning us.
David
I roll
Greyson.
a 7.
Okay. David Greyson, as you exclaim this to the party, take a deep breath. You have expelled all the clean air from your lungs, and your next breath breathes in this chemical that is permeating through the room. A feeling of euphoria comes over you. You look around, you're surrounded by your best friends, not just the people standing in front of you grew up with, everybody around you. They're all your new friends. There's so much love in this room. The noise, it's a party. It's a giant party. And then your eyes close and you fall to the ground. The rest of you guys see your friend David Greyson fall to the ground. You see the transformation of the look of surprise and absolute euphoria rush over his face as he falls to the ground. Everybody who's still left standing, please give me a notice check.
Got a 7.
Got a 5.
Did that not go through?
Try it again.
Yeah, try it again.
It's a shame because I got an 11.
Oh,
Snake eyes.
Critical failure. Okay. All right. So Jesse Raines, James Dunn, and Xero. You guys are you look around the room, and judging by the volume of smoke, you think there might be 3 canisters of whatever's going on going off in the room. Anton, you start to stumble.
Out, man.
You start to stumble around, and as you stumbling around, looking around trying to find what's going on, you actually get yourself closer to one of these devices, and I'm going to need you to give me a bigger roll, please.
5.
Okay, you are good. Give me Jesse, give me a common knowledge or street rise if you guys have it. Common knowledge is specific to Jesse because of his character.
All right, I'll go streetwise.
That's a 1. That is a critical failure.
2.
I would like to remind you guys that you do have Benny's.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna use a Benny on this.
Okay.
Fuck it. I'm gonna
Oh,
use
you
a Benny.
can't. It's a critical failure. You can't use a Benny on that. My fault.
Never mind. I'm not gonna use a
I
Benny.
am gonna give that back to you.
Mr. Nexus admin.
Yeah.
Should we change my skill from common knowledge to streetwise later on? And I'll roll now.
So
or
we'll take a 2-second break. So common knowledge is like the knowledge of finding like Googling and like, hey, I know how to get up in the morning. I know how to work in a computer. Streetwise is more geared towards like I think Streetwise would be more geared towards your profession, where you're like you're gathering information about things. So if we want to do, we can add from this forward we could do that.
Okay.
So give me a judgment what you want to do.
Yeah, I'm gonna take it to streetwise.
Okay. All right. If you would like to give me a Streetwise, you can.
All right, give me 1 second. It's gonna say common knowledge now, but I gotta do it again later.
Yeah.
So it's an 11.
Okay. We're gonna resolve Jesse's Jesse's roll first, okay? Jesse's like, shit, I've never fucking seen this. What's going on? And he runs over to one of the devices on the ground and picks it up. And I'm gonna need you to give me a vigor roll, please.
Let's do it. I'm gonna use a Benny on that one.
Okay. What did you roll?
3.
Okay.
That should automatically re-roll it, right? Or should I just re-roll it?
No, you just have to re-roll it after. You
Okay,
burn the
fine.
Benny and re-roll it afterwards. Ooh, and that's
There you go. That's
Hey.
Jesse's like, you know what? This shit is this is a push of shit. I did worse on the way over here. And he's like flailing around. He's like, wow, yeah. Zero.
Yes.
You've heard about this recently. You've heard about this new thing hitting the streets. This is a new drug hitting the streets, and it's called Connect. Other street names for it are Knect, Brainbender, and Puff. The drug is administered typically through a small canister, and they take a puff into their face, and it enters the body sublingually. It's a dual delivery drug that works on the neural synapses in the brain. The typical street version is administered through a quick puff of pink and purple gas from a canister directly into the mouth. It causes a cerebral disconnect from reality that renders the user in a euphoric state for up to 60 minutes.
Oh, great.
Yeah. So this
I'm
is
out for a while.
as you're looking around. This is spreading around the con.
All right, I'm gonna take Dave and do what he's supposed to do and try to drag him towards the door for one.
Okay.
You.
While I'm holding this thing, can I notice anything about it? Like, can I like shut it off? Can I like clog it? Can I do something to make the smoke stop coming out?
Give me a repair roll.
It's a 5.
So you kind of twist it, and like you don't think you're like using the correct way to shut it off, but like you press a piece of plastic by the spout back into it, and it doesn't completely stop it. It's still leaking a little bit, but it's significantly impeded the flow of the stuff coming out of the canister. Okay, I'm sorry, James, you're trying to drag David Greyson where?
They're trying to drive Dave out the number 1 door, that door that's closest to us.
Okay, so you start to drag him over there, and through the exertion, I'm gonna need you to give me a vigor roll because you're pulling the body. It's gonna probably take a little more air.
5.
Okay, you pass, and you start dragging the body over there. You think with the this is a completely limp human body. It's going to take you a little bit to drag him out that way. All right. Okay. What is everybody else doing at this point?
I'm gesturing for someone like,
Actually, at this point, I want everybody to give me a notice check. Anybody who's still conscious, give me a notice check.
I notice nothing but the strange colors of the sky.
3.
I got a 6.
4. Oh, better this time.
All right, so Jesse, Anton,
Only 3.
Jesse and Anton, it's hard to pick it up, but you think between, in between the cloying scent of the cloud spreading through your room, you think you also smell smoke at this point.
Do I see any fire? Like, do I see any, like, another source of smoke? Do I just smell it?
Give me another notice, please.
Nope. That is a 1. That is a snake-eye double critical failure.
Okay, so as you stumble around trying to look for the source of the fire, you actually come closer to the one of the other canisters that is floating around, and I'm going to need you to give me a vigor check at -4.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, it's bad.
Yeah, so this is where I roll my new character.
Oh,
Oh,
wow, I'm
I got a
impressed.
4.
Okay. Okay, so Jesse is, I mean, let's not beat around the bush here. He's a pro when it comes to this type of thing. He is his tolerance is up there. So he is stumbling around the room looking for a source of fire. He smells smoke, and he happens to bump into one of these other ones.
He's just huffing the canister
It's
as he goes.
literally, yeah.
That's good shit.
Everybody else who's still up, I need you to make a vigor roll at -2.
-2.
-2.
Damn.
That's a 4.
6.
Okay.
I forgot how to do the -2 on this one.
If you go all the way to the bottom to left to where it says there's a red it says modifier, and you roll your mouse in there. Either up would be
Control
for
mouse wheel.
You don't you have to do control. You can just do mouse
Oh no,
wheel.
you don't.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not letting me do that when it says adjusting, but it's not letting me.
Okay, just roll it and add it. You just
Never mind.
adjust for
Do
-2.
it, mate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We can mental math here. You are a doctor, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can do -2.
No.
Oh!
Oh, so James, you're pulling David over towards the door, and you're like, why am I pulling David? What is he laying down for? Oh my god! Like, you look up and you look at your friends, and they're kind of like, you think they're like, they're having a bad time. Why are these guys having a bad time? Like, this is the fucking best concert ever. And you hit the ground.
Yeah.
So I grab James and David by the belt loops and proceed rushing towards the door.
I'm also doing that, but just with my own life in tow.
Okay. All right. And I'm sorry, you're heading towards which door?
The closest one to us, yeah, the one.
Okay. I think the 24. Either way, if you're going towards the one, that's fine.
Yeah, because weren't we like where the 3 was?
I was at the bar, so that's
I think
why
we're
I
by
went
where.
So
the
if
seven-
you-
The arrow's pointing.
So if you look down by 10, I'm sorry, if you look down towards the south side of the room, that table with the arrow pointer as, that's the table you guys were at.
The 24 is actually closer.
Okay,
so
then yeah,
we're going
we're
to
heading towards the 24 then.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'll just
okay,
I'm
yeah,
gonna
let's-
assume James was trying to bring him that way because it was just,
Yeah.
just
Do
some
I
confusion.
notice them leaving, or am I too like in the midst of this?
Give me a notice check.
Literally speaking.
It is cloudy in here, and you have smelled the smoke, so it is kind of it's gonna take a look and see if you can notice them.
Am I doing this minus anything or just rolling?
Nope, this is a straight roll.
That is a 7.
So
Hey.
so Jesse, you look over to your to the side and you see Xero grabbing the bodies and trying to drag them out of the room towards the exit at 24.
Can I punt the canister next to my foot as far away as I can, like in the opposite direction of where they're moving?
Yes. So that would be towards the stage at this point where your friend Lauren Jericho was last.
Okay, how about towards the glass booth where the staff went in,
Okay.
or like around the bar or something.
Yep. That's so they were in that direction as well. So
Okay.
so You lean back and you punt that thing over to the you punt it over towards the bar. And what do you do at this point?
And then I start to turn around. I start making my way towards the group while absentmindedly still holding the other canister in my hand as I'm running.
Okay.
Oh,
my
God.
Okay.
Guys, look what I found!
Oh, Jesus
Christ.
Guys, I made it stop almost!
Fuck out!
Okay.
I was like,
Okay, so you guys hear around the club, a voice starts that's coming through the speakers, and it says, error. Oh, I could actually do it. Fail. Error. Chemical agent detected. Security system engaged. Building lockdown initiated. T minus 5, 4, 3, 2,
out the door, out the door.
On cue, before you can drag the bodies out of the building, all the doors and windows to the club close and secure with blast-proof steel.
I
shit.
catch up to the group and be like, what the fuck do we do now?
So when
I
Jesse,
grabbed the canister.
Whoa,
from him
wait,
and I
before-
pitched it across.
before that happens, as soon as Jesse gets over to you, I'm going to need you guys to make a vigor roll at -6 this time.
-6.
Yeah, you guys have been in the cloud for 4 or 5 rounds now.
Here we go, explosion! That's a -1.
That's a negative one. That's
Not even gonna look.
Hey.
Oh!
Eat it.
Ow!
Zero.
I lose my breath
Zero's
finally.
the one up.
All right. So, Jesse, you are absolute. You realize at this point that you are having the best night of your life. There's free drugs everywhere. There's drugs all over the place, and you're just breathing them. You're looking at the canister. You're like, and just suck it in. And as you fall to the ground, you try to look at your friend Zero and say, "Hey, what hill?" And you hit the ground. All right. Anton, you're looking around. You're like, what the fuck? Like, what is going on?
Yeah.
Wait.
Can I act mine?
Wait, do you guys remember when I made that AI naked and I told him? And James told him that was the new shit.
And then I do this. I just do this.
And he's gonna pick up his drink, empty the drink, and then hit the ground. This is fucking great. Zero, you are currently standing there by sheer force of will at this point, looking
This
around.
fucking canister clear across the room.
Okay. So you pick it up and you huck it
No,
across.
I just boot it. I
Oh,
don't,
you
I
just
don't pick
boot
it
it.
up. I
Okay.
don't touch it. No
Yep.
fingerprints.
No, okay. Okay. Okay, so you kick it across the room and you're standing there. The smoke is, I mean, this pink and purple cloak is it is almost completely filled the inside of this at the club at this point.
I rip off my Bill Cosby sweater and start wrapping it around my face. I
Okay.
cover my eyes.
Okay. You look around the room and almost pretty much everybody is down on the ground. You look and you see you see the staff in the in that little enclosure, and they're like looking around. They're trying to figure out what the hell is going on, and you just like you're one of 10 people that are still standing at this point.
I'm gonna get low to the ground to see if the smoke is actually rising or if it's settling at any particular level.
Okay. So this smoke, it's a cloud. It's like thick, and like the smell in the room is like this like otherworldly like sweet cloying smell. It's almost like when the canisters when they started letting loose, like They just started from started from the ground and just started occupying all the air coming up. So you're in a pretty precarious spot at this point if you do not find some air.
Notice roll to see where I can go that's safe, that I could probably get some fresh air somewhere.
Okay.
That's a 4.
You think you might be able to try to get one over to one of the bathrooms, which are, if you look on the map, if you look at the 3-point, there's a swinging door below it to the east. I'm sorry, it's directly below it.
Okay.
There's a door right there, and you think that leads into the bathrooms. Yeah.
Beaten feet. Time to parkour through this place. We're just stomping straight through.
Let me grab your character, and I'm going to have you give me a athletics check as you run over there. You're kind of half blind as you do this, and you're trying to get over there in a quick fashion. So I'm going to need that athletic check from you, please.
Yep. That's a 5.
5. So you start beating feet over there. You get over to the door, and you're just going to go in?
Yeah, I'm just going to blow open the door.
Okay. All right. So when you get over there, it opens up, the room opens up, and you do get to, you do take a puff of, you get a burst of fresh air in there before you see the cloud of this purple and pink, smoke, flow around you and start to go into the room.
I get in, I slam that door shut and lock it as fast as I can, if there is a lock on it.
There is not.
Okay, then just slam it shut.
Yep.
Is there a window in the room?
No. This room has a door to your west. That's you think that goes into the bathroom proper. You're in a 15 by 10 foot room, and there's on the eastern wall there's kind of like shelves, and you think if you go further east, that's where the actual bathrooms are.
Oh, look, door number 2. Beeline.
Okay. So as you head in there, it's the same kind of thing. At this point, there's less smoke following you, but when you open that door, it sucks everything. It pulls that air through that door, and it starts to it follows you in there. Okay, so I am gonna need a vigor check from you at a -6, please, at this point.
Oh God,
this is where he
do
passes
it.
out.
Come on, protein shake. You can do it.
You know what? I'm going to use a Benny for this.
I would.
You have like 20 of them.
Oof, this is going to be painful. I could. Oh,
Come on, rotated chip.
We could do this. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Luck of the Irish, man. Luck of the goddamn Irish.
So you are in there. Like I said, the pink and purple cloud it's slowly seeping in there. It's seeping under the doors. It's coming in through the vents up on there. There's no way to put a foot around on this. You're in a tough spot.
So the door closed. I'm going to turn on the faucets, and whatever's left of my little sweater, I'm going to soak in water, and I'm going to put underneath the door jambs to try to keep the smoke out.
Okay.
And any windows, anything else here?
There is not. You are in a closed-in room with a bunch of urinals now.
Jump in towards one of the urinals. I flush that toilet and feel that fresh air like I normally do. When I flush that toilet and hope for a little bit of fresh air. It's all we got, baby.
All righty. So, because you have blocked the inflow of the smoke from the bottom of the floor, your vigor check at this point is going to be a -4.
Oof.
Bold move, Totten. Bold move.
That's a 1. I think I'm done fighting it though, Mike. I think
Okay.
Are you sure? Are you
think-
positive? You want to raise another Betty?
I think Big Zero fought it enough and proved the point.
You
I
did
think he's
very
gonna
well,
finally
my
go
friend.
down.
You did very well.
Punch a hole in the wall.
So Gunnar,
Okay, so tune in next week when we all have to roll new characters.
I wasn't the first one.
so Zero, you look around, you're like, this is not a bad bathroom. This is not a bad bathroom. And
I really like seashells.
I
These-
kind
these
of,
are-
yeah, they get the 3 seashells over there.
That's some nice seashells.
And
Seahorses
Oh my-
forever.
you look around.
Seahorses forever.
You look around, and you suddenly remember your friend Lorna. And remembering as you were running over to the bathroom, you look towards the stage. As the darkness was, starts to close in, you remember seeing the shadowy outline of a figure, a rag in his hand, covering Lorna's mouth. As you remember this in your last brief moments before the drug fully hits your system and you begin your chemical vacation, Lorna was struggling against her assailant. A voice in your head cries out, hey, like you feel like you should be angry and concerned, but all you can feel at this point is euphoria, and the darkness closes in. Nexus section has disconnected.
I landed on my face the very first thing. I'm the paranoid one.
Okay, guys, this is what we need to do. We need to get the.
What can I say? I was being too benevolent trying to save your asses.
Seahorses forever.
This is why you drink. It helps.
Captain Tying nuts here.
Oh yeah,
God,
man.
oh my God! I just
Can we
realized what
go?
you're talking about,
Yeah.
Jack.
Yeah.
Seahorse, see hell. Oh my fucking Christ! All right, guys. Community, how you doing out there? I wanted to thank you coming out for the episode 1 of the Neural Nexus Zero. It's been a long time coming, and I hope you guys had fun with us tonight. I'd like to open it up to chat if you guys have any questions for the cast here, and I'm gonna get their feelings on what they thought about tonight and how. What they think their character would be thinking at this point. So jump in if you have any questions. So let's start with Jesse. Jesse, what did you think about tonight as a player, and what do you think your character is thinking at this point besides
Besides darkness?
Yeah.
Oh, I love this session. I thoroughly enjoyed jumping into the shoes of Jesse for the first time officially, and it was a ton of fun. I wouldn't change a single thing besides drink more and party more. But I think the last thing Jesse really remembers was he was proud of himself that he almost did a thing. And all he knows, this is just, maybe just too good of a time. I know he saw the person by the stage, but Jesse's too much of an idiot to really think danger through anything.
Okay.
So he just doesn't know anything's going on. He's just like, shit happens. What the fuck? I was having a good time. These bastards.
Somebody harsh my mellow,
Yeah, it's like, this is bullshit, man. I just wanted to show my friends the thingy.
Okay. Let's move on to Anton Varikov.
Well, I mean, as for the session, I feel like everyone had their moment in the sun. Like, everyone got to be themselves, and I know that's immensely hard. Usually personalities clash. You get people talking over the other, but even like for the newcomers and the more veteran to intermediate of us, everyone got to have fun. Everyone got to have, like I said, their chance in the sun. And I think that's great. I'm really excited to see how the party goes forward. As for Anton, he's just wondering, like, I wonder where the hell this stuff, where the hell they get this stuff? Why I haven't heard of it already. And he's wondering what he's gonna feel like in the morning.
Excellent. Zero.
Mike, I said it before we started, man. I knew you were a great storyteller, and plenty of experience with you with the Tabletop Tavern, getting to play Gunner, and it's great with a bunch of new players But stepping in with this crew with Astro and Dune and Atomic and Loken, these guys are a total different feel, and we had a lot of fun getting together and playing and playtesting a lot, and we really made some new friends, and I'm super excited to see what we're going to do from here on out. The story is already amazing and a lot of fun, and I don't want it to end. Does it really have to be 11:50? We've got a pandemic going on, Mike. Can we go a couple more hours, man? Come on. I'll skip the gym.
I gotta work in the morning, which, yeah. Being a remote engineer has its blessing and curses. So I'm going to be shouldering the load for the West Coast. What's your character thinking at this point, Xero?
What the hell? She had to have known about this. That look. She knew this was about to happen. She called us here for a reason. She got us drugged. She's trying to point us in the direction of something. The question is what?
Okay. Good theory. James Dunn.
That was fun. That was exciting. I'm just glad to be not behind the screen for once.
It's good, right? It's a good feeling.
Yeah. I'm always either I'm always the GM. I'm always the DM or GM because I'm the person like, oh, let's get everything together. So this is the first time in like a long time that I've been able to be like, let's get my character skills back out.
Yeah.
As for what James is thinking, he's thinking this is the last fucking time I try to save one of you fuckers.
Perfect. And David Greyson.
That was interesting to say the least. That is, I have to be perfectly honest with you. Most of my thought process was just don't fuck up. Just listen to everyone else. Try and actually role play, you know? But no, I had a good time with it. I did. And the story is actually goddamn compelling. And got to be honest, mate, you've done a bang up job. As for poor old David, a combination of this is a setup or something is horribly wrong, and they're never going to let me live this down. The fact that I just knocked out immediately.
Get the fuck out!
They're never going to let me live it down at all.
Nope.
No, I had a good time. I enjoyed it.
I'm so happy you enjoyed it. So while I give you guys my final thoughts, I'm going to, if you give me 2 seconds, I'm going to create that poll again. And I want to see the results, the end of the night results for what team you guys are on. Team, so give me a second.
Session MVP.
Session MVP. Let's call it session MVP. So I have to go to my creator dashboard and I have to start this poll, and then I'm going to give you guys my thoughts for the night. It's going to take me a second to type this in.
You want me to do it, Mike?
If you can, yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
Private.
It would be for Xero, Nate.
All right, guys. So if you're stopping by for the first time tonight, my name is Mike, and this is the Highway Nerd channel. If you enjoyed yourself tonight, give us a follow. Come back and hang out with us. I look forward to seeing at least some of you every Monday night. We also run a show Sunday nights at 9 p.m. Eastern called the Tabletop Tavern. James Dunn said it before, generally when you move into a DM role, it's like a forever position, right? Because not everybody wants to take on that role, and not everybody wants to do it live on Twitch like this. But I'm a sick person, and I've wanted to tell this story for a long time.
Aren't we all?
But I have never seen a group gel this quickly. I've ran a few campaigns, and I've been in a lot of campaigns, but I've never seen a group gel this quickly. I'd like to give, kudos where kudos are due. You guys did an amazing job, and Loken, don't be afraid. Just take it all in. Enjoy your first experience. You did a fucking fabulous job. Everybody did fabulous here. Jesse, I gotta be honest, man. Your character is gonna fucking slay me throughout this whole thing. If I could vote in this poll, I'd vote for you. I know I shouldn't be biased, but it's so funny because you know what? I grew up with that kid. You know what I mean? I literally grew up with that kid, and I'm like, okay, it's Billy, But it cracks me up so much. So giant shout out to the community. Thank you so much for coming and hang out with us tonight, and it's amazing to see the response we have from this. It's just absolutely humbling to me to see you guys all come out, and I hope you guys enjoyed yourself. We have a feedback form that Gamer Mom Luma has made. We love the praise from the community, and we want, of course, we want to hear about the good stuff. But if you think we have room to improve on anything, it's also another avenue for you guys to give feedback, and you can, we can get that out. The last point I wanted to say is our Discord community is a thriving Discord community with a lot of interaction between the streams, and I look forward to seeing how Neural Nexus steps up and increases that. So if you want to check us out, our Discord, I just linked it there. Come by, say hi. Otherwise, we will see you guys. Did we get the results of that poll yet? Did you run it?
It's almost
I
done.
ran it. The problem is that we ran out of slots. I couldn't put team admin in.
Okay, that's fine. I'm good with that. I'm good
We
with
got
that.
all the main characters, but
You know what we should do? We should drop off the lowest person from the previous week. So we'll do it again next.
That's kind of fun.
Ooh.
And I
Earn
mean,
your
because
spots.
it's a rolling thing every week. Let's do that.
eh,
All right, so let me look real quick. I want to see how long we have left on that. Zero. How long do we have left on? I'm trying to find the thing real quick.
just a couple seconds, not too long. And
Okay.
it looks like David and Jesse are in the lead.
Oh,
Me? How? I did nothing.
Team David with 5, Jesse with 4. We got Anton with 2, and me and James taking up the rear with 1.
I got someone else. Thank you so much.
oh my God!
The one
Awesome.
person, thank you.
Awesome.
I voted for Anton, so.
Yeah, I voted for
Oh,
everything.
okay. Okay, it's one of you
Your
guys.
2 votes.
Thank you.
Yeah.
At least.
I guess I'm sorry with Nate. I guess I got 3, so that changes things a
I'm the
little
last
bit.
one.
but
Team David won.
Looks like Team
Team
David. won.
David.
Team David MVP.
David with 5, Jesse with 4. I got 3
All
because
hail
Nate
the
couldn't
captain.
vote.
Congrats to the
Anton's
captain.
got 2, and James has got 1. So there you go.
Oh wow. Okay. So guys, thank you so much for coming out. We love to show love to the TTRPG community. So I'm gonna take a look and see who is playing under the D&D category right now, and we're gonna raid somebody. I'll kick it off to our ending screen, and we'll go show somebody some love. So let me see who is on, and I'm open to suggestions if anybody's doing TTRPG content that you guys like. So I'm gonna take a look real quick.
I only watch you.
You only watch me.
I
That's-
watch best.
Okay.
I'm not live on Mondays with mine.
All right. Cass, I'm gonna let you just decide. Bigger or smaller? Bigger or smaller channel right now?
Giggity.
Bigger, man. Gotta go bigger.
Mucho grande.
Okay. All right. So we're gonna check these people out and see how they're doing. All right. I'm gonna kick off this raid, and I'm gonna kick over to our ending screen. We're gonna roll the credits, and we'll see you guys next Monday in the next.